And we are live. Oh, you know what? It'd probably be a good idea if I unmute everybody.
Erogen.
I completely forgot to unmute everybody, so nobody heard that that we were live.
Oh,
Nope.
that's
Like,
okay. We were
I
just
said,
reminding
and we're
ourselves
live,
who
and everybody's
baddies were.
head is down, and they're like looking around. I'm like, okay. I'm used to Zoom to being able to just unmute myself and everybody hears me.
This is awkward.
I mean, it wouldn't be our show if it wasn't.
Well,
That's
it looks like
fair.
it has me as Callie and Callie
Yeah,
as Cyrus.
I know. Look.
That's fair.
Hey,
I was just
I'll
This is
never-
Roja's for using Discord setup, guys. It's cool. He gets
I'll
a
never
pass.
say no to playing a druid if you want to play Callie for a bit.
No, you back off.
Callie
No.
Look, they're
cool Phoenix chick.
for like the entire time I was setting your guys' cameras up, I had Zelark and Reiju in the wrong spot, so it's
Awkward.
always a thing. But let me go to the map screen and make sure everyone's in the right place. Yes, everyone's in the right place. We should be on the map screen anyway because we are still in the middle of combat.
Yeah.
No, it's over. We won, right?
No, we won. Yeah.
And apparently
We totally won.
the map messed itself up, so kudos for that.
Yay, I'm still Reiju.
Motherfucker.
Oh, you are.
You're Reiju and Zelark.
There's two of you.
I changed this. I fucking changed this.
It's okay. We're using something new. It'll take just a little bit to get used to. It'll be
Like there is no excuse. I had 6 Zoros on the screen because I copy pasted these cams over. I went through, changed everybody's camera, and then everything was fine until I hit that go live button. And then OBS is like, nah, we're just not going to do that.
Oh, man.
Sure, it was.
Did you save the scene?
I don't have to save the
In
scene.
the folders, you don't have. Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to save the scene. I'm using OBS. Fuck. So
Don't listen to me because I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I haven't used streaming software in forever now. So
Same.
did you forget to install the flux capacitor?
Oh God.
Here's your problem right there.
So, how are all of you?
Good. Forgot I was
Good.
muted.
Full belly, so better.
I'm feeling like half as, me now.
I don't have the head spins today.
That's a
Yay.
good thing.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
a good thing. Head spins.
Yeah.
Head spins are no bueno.
Yeah, it was not fun not having control over my neck.
As it wouldn't be.
It was like, oh God.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna open another Roll20 instance here on my other monitor. That way, I'm not dragging the monster across the left, where like the camera is capturing the game, across everyone's cameras over to my third monitor.
More monitors.
I need more monitors.
works.
I need at least one more.
Everyone needs one more.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I've been working
I
with
need
2.
4.
It's been rough.
If you
I've been
don't
using-
have 9 monitors, what are you doing with it?
I started with 1.
You know, I ask
I
myself what I'm doing with my life every day, so that's a valid question.
We're getting deep now. We're getting deep.
That's what she said.
Oh God, you had to.
Keep it superficial.
I did leave that open, didn't I?
Did.
That's
did.
what she said.
It was wide open.
Again, canny.
Okay, we're done. We got it. We got it.
Phrasing?
I've had enough of that this week from coworkers. I'm good. I'm good.
White flag.
Hello,
White flag.
2008.
White flag.
2004, come on.
Wait, what's the joke? You're like, you know what? It's 1240. It's your mama jokes are so over. Or was it, what was the date, the year he used? I can't remember. Gallivant jokes. Your
Gallivant.
mama.
I don't care what the joke was. You just killed it.
I did.
That's fair.
Who tells that joke?
Sure
Exactly.
does.
John Hamm.
Exactly.
What's his face from
You're
Full
not getting
House.
it. You're not getting it.
Exactly. Leave them
I
the
love you.
jokes.
But
I
you're not
love
getting
you.
it.
any shit right now.
It's fine.
So we've got
I have
some
new
fighting
material.
to do. Everyone remembers where you're at.
Yeah.
Um,
Slowly bleeding out.
is somebody bleeding out?
Someone's sucking the blood out of me, I should say.
Oh yeah, the
Or
leeches.
something.
The
Yeah.
mechanical leeches.
One of them has me.
They're using you. They're pulling an ash and using you like a Capri Sun.
Slowly.
She
Intimately.
has her toe popped off? Her big toes popped off? Oh god, it's worse than I thought.
Oh, I decided to go into one of those Vorpal knife beds as well. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, where's the battle music? I swear I know what I'm doing.
Bum 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 bum.
You know what? Screw it. I'm going to.
I love Sirenscape. I just wish there was slightly more convenience where you can organize it where it's just like one big soundboard, whatever the fuck sounds I want without fishing them out.
There actually is a way to do that. That's
Yeah,
what
you-
I've been
you
trying to
can do
figure
that.
out.
What?
It's really complicated.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start
There
creating.
is?
I'm gonna start
Yes.
creating things called moods on here for battle and stuff like that. So I'm not digging through everything.
I need to do that. Okay. I need to figure that out.
It's super easy to do once you figure it out the first time. The learning
Well, I
curve
haven't done
is
that
like
yet.
really, really, really steep. But once
Yeah.
you hit it, it's super easy after that.
I have
Okay,
to
good to know.
relearn it. I learned it once and then I immediately forgot it all after a few weeks went by.
All right. So, Callie, you're up.
Okay, well, it's been a while since we
Been a
have,
while.
you know, don't you start that. Since we had a fight, so I'm gonna start this off with a bang, and I'm gonna delay my turn
Until
until
And
after the big angel mech. Like
Okay.
right after the big angel mech.
I might be able to do my thing.
okay. Nyrix.
I should probably have my character sheet out. God, I got everything out but my dadgum character sheet.
It's okay, everyone. This is our first time, streaming.
Eric's also
Professionals.
It's been a day. It's been a day, and we're only halfway through it. Okay,
They
so
forgot her ranch. Okay, guys, it's just thrown
You know
off
what?
her whole day. Her whole day.
Look, I know that.
imagine how well I would be if I had my fucking ranch. I'm gonna peek around the corner. Technically, I could. What is the state of Snit right now? Is Snit like he's not
Bad.
Snit.
Okay.
Snit. Okay, so Snit is like pretty much on the ground right now, with this giant angel-like construct hovering over him, and a swarm of these small robotic beetles, like pretty much zooming around
Okay.
him. That's what this is. If I wasn't on, that's what this is right here. This is a clockwork beetle
Ooh.
swarm.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's
they're,
cool.
they're not nice. They're not nice.
Okay.
Especially when they
So
crit.
Mm.
So with this, okay, with what I want to do, I'm just checking the range on it real quick. 15-foot cone. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to make it though. Make it here. I could actually get it.
Okay.
They would just be in it because my movement right now is. I could. So you know what? Can't. They'll actually just be out of it. I missed that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll do it next round. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna at least get closer to do what I want to do, because I'll be able to do it next turn. And I'm gonna go ahead and start shooting Yeah, I'll start shooting the swarm.
Okay.
See how much I can burn. Yeah, because what I want to originally do, I can't do this round anyway, even if I dash. So, yeah. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and... Tacky.
Are you using the
Fox, is
snit
the
stick?
bot up?
It should be. Yep.
Yeah, are you using the snit sticks?
I was actually going to say yes. I was just checking the range on that because I think it's just 5 feet.
Yeah, it's 5 feet.
So if I do it over in this corner...
Well, even if you
I'm down on the ground. There.
Yeah.
Oh, they're above. Okay.
Yeah. So
I just don't
he's
want
Not
you
by a
to
lot.
have the area of effect.
he's like on the outer edge of where the snit stick would explode. He's fine.
Okay, that's what I wanted to check.
So it'd be.
Yeah. Okay. So
You
that's
might
what I'm
have
gonna
to
do.
roll
I'm
versus
gonna.
tinnitus, but
Just gonna get peppered by all the shrapnel.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot. See if I hit first. Where's my die?
Mop.
I can still get 2 attacks in there. 13. That's 22 to hit.
a 22 will hit.
Okay. I need a D8 and a D6. Yes. Okay. I need 2 D6.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at the HP sheet here. I'm like, oh yes, I signified them as BS.
Big shit.
Beetle swarm, but
Appropriate.
So, okay. So I
BS
have,
Beetle Swarm.
do you need me to separate damage at all?
Yes.
Okay. So 12 piercing damage.
Okay, give me a moment here. Okay.
3 fire damage.
You notice the fire does not do anything to them.
Okay, good to know. Too bad I don't have a second right now. And then I actually got max on the force damage, so 6 force damage.
6 force damage. Let's see. No immunity to that, so 6 force damage.
On the snit stick.
All right. Anything else?
I got 1 more attack. The fire is already attached to my arrow, so it's
Yeah.
not like, or my bow, so it's not like. I mean, I guess I could turn it off. I'm not going to. Oh, that's natural 19.
Okay.
For a lot. I think that's
Yeah.
almost 30, 28, 29.
Even a natural 19 beats their armor class. So I mean, they're
and
little robotic
I'm-
bugs. They're not really heavily armored.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that was much better roll. 9 piercing.
9 piercing.
Really sucks because I got 5 fire, but it doesn't do jack shit. And then I got max damage again on force.
All right. So while you were shooting those arrows, you noticed that the arrows were definitely doing damage, but the piercing itself was not going completely through the outer metal shell of it, kind of protecting it, but it was taking full damage from force.
So before I end my turn, I'm just gonna quickly shout out to everyone, and say, just a heads up, piercing and fire damage is doing jack shit to these bugs. But force is looking pretty good. And that's my round.
Okay. Who is next? Zelark. Hide and seek champion of the world.
Yeah, except for the fact that I went to hide and immediately got seen. Zelark is going to run right here, out into the open, put both of his hands up, do his best Chris Pratt, and try to halt what's going on. And I go, whoa, 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 whoa! I feel, everyone stop, everyone stop, everyone stop. And
Give me a persuasion roll.
okay. Come on. 24.
So as you hold your hands up, you're like, everybody stop, everybody stop. You see the angel kind of lower its weapon and shield.
So I'm just... I'm looking up at the giant mech and just like, okay. And then I turn to everyone else. I'm like, hold on, guys. Hold on.
And you see it like its head kind of like has an issue turning to the left, but it like looks at the leeches and its eyes sort of flash. The one that's attached to Reiju lets go, and the beetle swarm flies back into the Archon itself. As
I'd like
it just
to take an attack of opportunity.
lands on the ground.
And I'm
You
just...
dick.
You're not that dumb.
So
No, I'm not.
at the moment, you're out of combat.
So I will slowly walk forward to the, like, maybe 5 feet closer to the overseer, and arms still up. I go, I feel like there was a slight misunderstanding here. We've been in contact with your creators, and they're saying that something was wrong and they should have woken up by now, so we came to investigate. Are you the overseer?
It stands there for a moment, looking at you. No falsehoods detected.
My hands slowly go down.
This unit is the acting overseer, yes.
It's good. So, we apologize. We were only defending ourselves. We came into this.
I was simply following the protocols set for me. It
Again,
has been a while since anyone has set foot in this area. And given the situations that have arose the past couple 100 years, I assumed you were here for malicious intent.
Understandable. I will say the one that's right behind you, and I'm pointing towards Snit on the ground. Like, he is very, very good with machines and tools and stuff. So if you might need any help with any type of repairs or anything, we can be of use. Besides,
repairs are not necessary. This is simply a doomed task.
doomed?
Doomed.
Is there no way for them to come back?
There hasn't been a way for them to come back for a good 150 years. There was a situation that arose, an earthquake. It disrupted the integrity of some of the pods.
Zyra will go up and put a hand on Reiju, just to help comfort.
Reiju will actually ask, are there still any functional pods?
Unfortunately, no.
So what of the bodies inside?
Those pods are now more akin to coffins than recitation units.
And yet their consciousness is stuck in that realm?
I have no knowledge of what the current predicament of their consciousness is, but their physical bodies have long since decayed.
We have a pod.
We have a functional pod.
We have a working pod. Is there any way that we could at least
saying they don't body?
Plus, doesn't that work once a day? Thousands of people.
We're only here for the one, though. Rufalo Vanille. It's a
That's
start.
entirely up to you.
If we could
Rovalo.
get at least, yes, if we
Yes.
could get one person who knows how to fix these things.
Rovalo has not been here for a while.
I went through and I'll explain the obelisk, the heavens monolith.
Rovalo's body is what I mean.
Oh,
His body has not been in its tube for quite some time.
You get out.
Where is it?
Under the rubble.
Did he get out? Or did something happen to his pod specifically?
His pod was crushed in the earthquake.
Womp
My
womp.
main priority has now been to keep myself operational to defend the knowledge and armory that is located here. When you first
Were you-
entered, I assumed you were thieves.
I mean, that's fair.
So
Did
who
you
would
try
follow-
to unearth the pod?
There was no need. The body was destroyed. Unearthing the body itself would be pointless.
we have a device that could bring him back.
Do we? Can we?
Possibly.
If it's that old? If it's 150 years old? Crushed body?
He's never been in it.
It-
It would have 100% success rate if that was the
It would-
theory.
It would depend on the state of the body.
Uh,
It could
Mutilated
just
in
be-
goo.
I thought it would I would think it would just be at least 1 pound of his essence.
Either way, I do. We're offering a slight chance for you to go through with your original purpose.
My purpose is the defense of this location. If you wish to go down and inspect the pods yourselves, can permit that.
Would a descendant of the people that lived here qualify as someone who's qualified to go into the, what did you call it? The weapons room?
The resting room.
Resting room?
The, re-
Any room?
the resting room is where the pods are located. Our
Okay, what about the
library and our vaults. You would need Rovalo's key, which I would
His key?
assume is on his body.
Ah,
He begins to walk over to like the large control panel, and he places his hand on a small stone, and there's a slight hum that fills the room for a brief moment. I've deactivated the barrier on the first floor. You should be able to enter the resting room without any I can't say that.
can you
There may
show us-
be resistance.
Oh,
Some of the other automatons have lost their purpose.
are you able to show us where the body was crushed? For Volley? Olo?
I
What was his name?
I assume I can show you the way.
Maybe we can.
Do we
find the
see any
key?
of the other pods?
If you look out, like the glass window, the large window that's like the back of this room near his control panel, you see the entirety of the restroom below you, and there are just hundreds of rows of these domed pods. And you can see that some of them have been cracked open, others have been crushed by debris, but for the most part, all those that remain sealed now have like this white fog in the tube itself.
Reiju, if we can find this key, then maybe even if the people are lost, maybe their knowledge doesn't have to be lost. You're muted.
You said you were a descendant of Master Ravallo.
I am the son of Vestra and insert father's name. I was born after the calamity.
So you are not the descendant to our kin.
I am only blood related. I wouldn't know the culture.
Culture does not matter. Your bloodline is within my parameters.
She'll nod. At the very least, safeguarding the key until we are ready to have a solution for this place would be best. Would you be willing to hold on to it, or would it be safer in the rubble or with us?
I would not trust it with me. My body is not fully functional.
Reiju, if we can go into this library before we leave, we might be able to find information that could be very useful.
That's what I was thinking.
Perhaps, yeah. But at the same time, I was only thinking about our other task.
The
For the
dragon?
one thing at a time is what I meant. But yes, I'm not sure how I feel about taking the information just yet, but if it helps, it helps. And from what I understood, out of character, did I remember it being that those tomes were also being put into those pods for storage?
No, the tomes were not being put into the pods. The tomes themselves are in the library. The library itself is expansive. You're probably talking about a good 3/4 of a mile of a library just full of the world's knowledge.
Just wanted to make sure before I made that call. If we do go,
I want to go in there.
Okay. That's everyone wants to go into the library. I get it. Even I do. Considering the condition of the bodies, if we go into the library, please be careful. We don't know the condition of the paper and
the pages themselves are well maintained.
I would hope so.
The library itself was built to house and preserve the knowledge. You will not have to worry about that. For the bodies themselves, they are beyond hope. That white mist you see in their tubes is remnant gas of the corpses.
Right.
I want to check out that armory too.
With the key, you'll be able to check the armory, the forge, the library.
Very well. Thank you. The barrier for the resting room, is it down?
Yes, I have lowered your barrier. I will accompany you. I will accompany you downstairs and provide assistance where I can.
Thank you. And with that, she'll just kind of stay silent.
Reiju, I did prepare a locate object today. I can maybe ask the overseer for a description of the key and try.
She'll nod.
So I'll ask the overseer to give me like as precise a description of the key as he can give me.
The key itself is a crystalline dragon's eye from an ancient whelp.
It's a crystalline. Sorry, your mic cut out a bit.
A crystalline dragon's eye from like an ancient whelp.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Do you have another piece of this dragon anywhere else that that key was made from?
I do not know what they did with the rest of the dragon.
Okay.
My sole purpose was to oversee the establishment before you. And once that failed, my default purpose was to keep thieves away from the armory and the knowledge.
Okay. Thank you. Reiju, can I have a drop of your blood, please?
Actually, Nyrix, you too. And Nyrix, you are asked for a vial to be placed in front of me, an empty one.
I mean, I got plenty of those.
Yeah, and she
Go
just
ahead and pass one over.
cuts it, bleeds into the vial, just enough to have enough samples for it.
All right, you'll take 1 point of damage, but that's about it.
Just cure wounds.
And for the record, I
All
always
good.
get those small, like the tiny, like slender ones. I always have that people usually put their blood in. I'm just like, I've got plenty of those.
Yeah, it's like a prick of the finger, drop, 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 and we're good.
Okay.
4.
So I'm going to use a part of, basically because I'm supposed to be familiar with the object, so I'm trying to make several connections. I'm using the precise description that the overseer gave me. I'm imagining it in my mind, and I'm using Reiju's blood as to help for a focus because the key's possessor was of her blood. So I'm hoping that will help basically kind of aid the magic in the parts that it's missing.
Yeah, I got you.
And I'm gonna cast locate object.
Alrighty. Is there any sort of roll or anything like that you need to do for locate object, or is it just?
It says 1 action.
1,000 feet.
Yeah, it's 1,000 feet. And I know if it's in motion, I know it's movement, but there's no roll or anything. It's just
I just wanted to make sure.
It's essentially your decision on if this works or not, if it's in the area.
So with the combination of Reiju's blood and the description of what the key actually is, you look out the window of the observer's room, and you can see that there is one area of the room that is covered in large stones of the rubble, and it looks like it's crushed a couple of the pods, but you get a feeling that the key is somewhere in there.
So Syra's eyes go full white, and like no irises, nothing. It's just this glowing white, and she just points in that direction and starts walking over to it and starts trying to move some of the rubble.
I will assist, and I'll go ahead and just to help, for extra help, I'm going to go ahead and pop a strength mutagen, and I'm actually going to bring out my mage hand and help start pushing away some of the rubble. I mean, it can only do up to 10 pounds, but I mean, every little bit helps. So
okay, so the two of you are going to go down into the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are the rest of you going to follow, or are you staying up in the observers?
Well, the overseer said they were coming with us, right?
Yes, the overseer is coming with you.
Yeah. I'm going to have Scrappy help remove the rubble, and I'm going to offer again to help repair the overseer if it wants.
It would be appreciated, but unfortunately, without the manufactorium down below, there are no parts to keep me operational for much longer. And he walks over and he begins to pick up the larger blocks that you guys wouldn't be able to move, and there you can hear that there is like the joints in his arms begin to like groan and grind as he's moving them. And like sparks begin to like shoot off of him as like he lifts and moves the final one.
Casting mending.
So
I was gonna say, oh, mending.
I'm not gonna go down there right away. I'm gonna wait until the overseer leaves the overseer's room.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to pull out my bag of holding.
Okay.
I'm going to quickly scoop up any of the beetles from the swarm that were felled by Nirix's attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw them in the bag, and then I'm also going to toss the wreckage of the one leech that was killed into the bag as well.
So you get the wreckage. You get the wreckage of the leech, and you get about 5 of the clockwork beetles.
Okay. Then I'll go rejoin the rest of the group.
Okay.
In
Overseer,
a body bag now?
Yes.
Just everything?
what is your power source?
My power source. What keeps me operational.
Hmm.
Well, I guess you would be privy to this knowledge, being a descendant or a family member. I have a celestial soul in my core. Something that was
Ah.
captured long ago.
Wow.
I remain functional, or in your terms, alive, but this body has seen better days.
And when it all finally shuts down, you'll be released, yes?
No, I will remain dormant, fully aware of my surroundings.
Good to know. Something to think about.
If you are thinking of releasing the soul,
No.
there is no means to. The soul itself is trapped, and if anything were to crack the core as it is, it would instantly destroy it.
I would rather you keep watch while dormant.
It's less of a watch and more of sitting in perpetual blackness.
All the same. Thank you.
At that
If after all this, if you take me down to this manufactorium, I might be able to see what I could do with that.
I will not lie, the idea of sitting in perpetual blackness for all eternity is not something I relish. Any help you
Are there
any help you'll be able to provide would be greatly appreciated.
at this
there
point,
any books in the library about this manufactorium?
There are
About how
books
it's run or-
from all over the world, but yes, you should find information on how it was built, how to maintain it. And if
That's where I should start then.
Okay.
at this point, Zellart kind of walks up behind Snit and just kind of pats him on the chest, but in my hand is one of Syra's healing salves.
Oh, thank God.
So I'm like, and I'm just
Oh,
passing
yeah,
it
you're
to
bleeding
him,
out.
and I'm just like, you need this, and you can see that the huge gash on the side of my head has like a salve just plastered on it. So
Today
Yeah,
is
I'm
that's a
dripping
lead
blood
day.
everywhere. I'm
Yeah.
dripping blood everywhere. I've only got 14 HP.
yeah.
Jeez.
So
it's okay, I'm good.
That's
Good,
2d4 plus 2. And I took one for 8 points. But as I say that, or as I do that and give that to him, I'm like, I mean, still a little bit out of breath. It's like, see, even if he's not able to maybe fix this for him, I don't see why you couldn't come with us. I mean, he'd love to put you into something else, probably.
That is impossible.
Even the soul.
Just a thought.
My task is to oversee and protect this establishment, the knowledge housed here. Even after you leave, I must remain at my post.
Just saying, if we take as much as we can with us, you have a descendant as well that you could protect. So I don't know, just a thought. Just
Personal protection. Personal protection is not what I am designed for.
Nor would I allow it.
really good at it. And I kind of just walk off.
The shot.
After the last bit of rubble is moved, is the crystalline eye visible?
Go ahead and give me investigation rolls.
Well, I know
Alrighty.
exactly where it is, so can
Oh
I
yeah,
help?
yeah, Syra. Yeah, with Syra, you don't even need to roll an investigation roll. It's like right as the last
I was
stone
gonna
is moved.
say.
It's just like you get to that little ping of the eye, completely is still in its entirety. Doesn't look like the rubble damaged it in any means, and it's hanging from like a gold chain.
I
She'll
will pick it up and hand it over to you.
kind of holds it by the eye itself.
And as the two of you have touched this this necklace, it's rather uncomfortable to hold.
Uncomfortable.
Almost as if something is fighting against you, as if it doesn't want to be there.
Rage is gonna put it on.
Okay.
Do you feel that?
Yes, I do.
And as you put it on, Reiju, the eye kind of like the little pupil in the eye kind of like widens a bit as everyone sees a dragon eye kind of appear in the middle of Reiju's forehead.
You just had to put it on, didn't you?
Oops.
Okay.
Is it hurting?
No,
Syra will pull a mirror
it's
and show you.
it's kind of disorienting because now your vision is a little
Slightly
skewed.
I became TN. Oh God. Sorry.
One extra bit.
Like you begin to like feel and hear the rush of blood kind of like through your ears, and then audible heartbeats from everybody around you.
Just gonna take a, and like you see her normal eyes are like wide open, like, whoa. It's like just trying to control like her physical self. Her mental self, I have no idea what she's thinking at this point.
You okay?
But it's a bit disorienting.
I'm gonna poke her in the eye. Do you feel this? In the third eye.
You feel it.
It feels like my other two eyes.
Sorry.
Yeah, just gah.
It's okay.
It's real. It's not an illusion.
Do I hear a secondary voice in my head? Like,
No.
okay, thank God for that.
Yeah, it's the Three Stooges. Just you do this.
Literally, I am the third stooge. Boom.
Well,
she's
we know
just
it's
gonna.
not an illusion.
This is bizarre. I'm not going to lie. When I met Ruffalo, I did not see him have a third eye. Maybe because he had his third eye shut.
And as you're looking around, you begin to see lines forming on the walls all around you, sort of like pulsing with a bit of life.
Like the opposite of necromantic energy is like radiant energy or something.
It's not really radiant energy, but it's almost as if it's pulsing with like a heartbeat of its own.
Okay. That explains the heartbeat sound.
You hear a soul forge.
Oh,
It's what powers everything here.
is that supposed to last indefinitely? Like,
As long as the souls remain, the establishment is fully operational.
Creepy.
noted.
As I have stated, I have the soul of a celestial inside my core. There are multiple celestial souls down below in the forge, acting as a battery.
Just to be sure, you were willing to take your post, correct?
There is no willing, I am a construct. The celestial is not me. The celestial is simply my battery, my heart.
You see Reiju just get, That's gonna be a question from my grandfather later.
How are you going to be able to contact him again without... We can't pull you out. You can't touch the obelisk again.
With the same magic he used to get in, I've heard of magics that can also get you out, but I am nowhere near that powerful.
So this conversation with your grandfather will have to wait then, for now.
Exactly. So let's focus on things on the now.
How long, DM, how long did it take us to dig out the key?
With the help of the overseer, you got it out pretty fast. I'd say probably about 30 minutes.
Okay. And overall, ever since, like, because I'm trying to keep a track of time so we don't piss off the dragon too much, about how long has it been since the whole obelisk, started and to now? Would you say it's been several hours?
Yeah, I would say
or-
it's a couple hours. It hasn't really been a full day yet, but it's getting on later in the day now that you're down below and you've begun to dig out the rubble and you've had the encounter with the overseer. It's getting along.
Okay.
So it's still been the same day since
It's
we
still the
talked
same
to the dragon,
day.
because that was like in the morning.
Since we traveled out.
let's move to the armory next, and then we'll do the library last.
I agree, and we can always come back after we do the task for the dragon and spend more time in the library if we need to, right? But the
I don't
armory
see
might
The
why.
be
library is,
useful.
yeah,
Any
it's depends how big it is too.
to the deeper establishment is in the back right corner of the room. There is a transportation lift that will take you where you need to go. As long as you have that key, you can direct where it goes.
Okay, and how large is it? Can it fit everybody?
You're all small enough. It should.
Fair enough. Thank you again. I believe we'll make our way there to the library, and then I'll be heading out for a little bit. Hopefully you're still functional when we return.
I am operating at 20% efficiency at the moment. If there are no other intruders or combat situations or anything too stressful, I should be operational for another year and a half.
Plenty of time.
Let's see what I can do about that.
We'll try and improve his skills enough to see if we can improve that. Until next time.
He kind of just nods and begins to slowly walk back towards his observation post.
So, before everyone makes their way to the armory, I'm gonna sneak up behind Zelark, and like tap him on the shoulder. And as soon as he turns around, I'm gonna knuckle punch him in all of his chi intersections in his body to heal him for 10 HP.
I knew where you were going with that. It was just a funny setup.
How far down is Snit at this
You
point?
punch her.
I turn Zelark around and I ball tap him for 10 HP.
Wait, I have a question, Fox. if you combine this class with a rogue, would sneak attack apply to the healing damage?
It
I'd
does
allow
not,
it.
unfortunately.
I'll allow it.
It's a
Oh,
specific
he would allow it.
ability that does a specific amount of healing.
Ugh.
Oh, okay.
I will
Dang.
say
That would've been cool, though.
whatever's left. Reiju gonna use a 2nd level spell on Snit.
Okay.
She's gonna hold up her hand for Reiju. Wait. I know what you're doing. Healing.
What?
Do you all just not use your freaking healing salves? If you're out, let me know.
No.
I have like 7 in here.
I point to the side of my head, which is like caked with like green and brown shit.
I throw one at you.
I've made these band-aids, use them.
Save your damn magic.
Sorry.
I'm back up to 3.
All right, so salves. I've got salves. I'll
And
use
see-
one for Snit.
Wow.
Let me see if I actually have.
No comment.
Oh, I do. I have.
Yeah, Zora, how many salves do you have at the moment?
I'm not saying
Enough.
anything.
Enough. You get 7 from Reiju for the salve.
I have not reached double digits yet on the salves.
Syra just puts her hands up and be like, will you guys just use the things? I can
We-
make more.
To be fair, I forget often on many
Jesus
things that I have.
Christ, Zoro.
I
Can
literally
you just look at my sheet?
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
She's been making them left and right. I mean,
No, it's like
Okay, I can make them, but I haven't been making them. I can make
I
them
was
though, but
I was like, where is it? And I was like, I just see this extensive like equipment list, and then I see healing salves and the number of them in her inventory.
oh, speaking of which, Rojan, do you mind
Yeah.
removing my ability to look at Snit's 2 characters?
Yeah, I'll do that later. I don't give a fuck.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've been tempted, but I haven't. So
I only have access to it so I can keep track if no one tells, because sometimes
Yeah.
people don't tell me their stuff for.
I mean,
trust-
updates.
I-
I'm
I
just like,
trust-
I'm gonna poke in there.
I trust
honor
y'all
system
enough
is-
not to look each other's sheets. I don't care. It doesn't have any like
Yeah.
Proprietary information or
Yeah,
anything on
there's-
it.
that's
There's
true.
no,
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
spoilers
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the only time I touch them is for card updates. That's the only time.
It's not like Snit has a hit list or anything on his inventory.
We don't know that.
elevator.
I know Groudon does.
Over all the
Oh, yeah,
stuff from
elevator.
to roll
So-
20 because I'm really bad at that. But
As you
Yeah.
walk through the main door or the back door, you come into this hallway that runs for about 25 feet. The walls and the ceiling are all this soft blue metallic color, very cold and sterile. While like the other rooms had the dust and everything on it, this is just completely clean. Like
Does
it's just recently been maintained.
Does it smell like antiseptic?
It does. It has a very like bleach like smell.
That hospital smell.
Yeah, that
The
hospital smell. Yeah.
I know that
Smells like death in here.
Um,
No, that was upstairs.
No, that was where death was.
This is where death smells.
All of the death smell was vented from this room into this specific hallway.
so yeah,
We're just gonna move it from one place to another.
She'll wait until everyone's in position and just says, "Armory."
There's a small chime as the like a cylindrical door kind of slides open for you to walk into the lift itself. Inside again, it's like this just very metallic looking tube with various buttons along the sides, lit up softly by this soft orange glow. And as you walk in and you say armory, the door shuts, and then there's just this small hum of noise. You don't feel as if you're moving, but a moment later the door opens and you are now looking into another room, probably a nice 50 by 50 room. lined with various weapon racks and armor racks, a couple workbenches near the center that looked like there had been projects being worked on the last time you were here. Is a small section near these tables that have all these books on different theories and forms of crafting. And in the back there is a small, what looks like a one of the like a forge, like where you would heat the metal, but there's this soft like white glow sort of pulsing out of it. Every day is Christmas for Snit.
Yeah.
There is a snit-shaped cloud of dust.
Snit, be careful. Please.
And Snit, when you walk in and you look at these weapons, it's as if time has not passed. All of the weapons and armor are freshly polished.
Can anyone do detect magic right now? See what we're looking at?
goes,
Not this character.
Snit, do you detect magic?
Yes.
Everything in this room just lights up.
Goes blind from magic vision.
Based on his reaction, I'm gonna guess you're seeing a lot.
Is my eye seeing?
Everything.
I'm guessing my eye is seeing this too, right?
No, the eye does not detect magic. Though
So
you do notice those lifelines that you saw on the wall kind of running down and like pretty much connecting into that weird looking forge in the back.
Okay. I'll let Snit know that
Yeah,
that is what I see.
Snit does detect magic and gets an ocular migraine.
Yeah.
He's too excited to feel the pain.
They gave him the Benadryl.
Snit, as you're walking by, there's even a book that you find that catches your eye that details advanced compositions and builds for constructs. Specifically things for like an iron defender.
Too much excitement explodes.
This is too much. This is too much.
Snit very calmly looks at Scrappy, says, dumpster mode. And he starts
You see Scrappy kind of sits there, his hands kind of like put in those spikes into the ground to hold himself in place, and his mouth just opens up as you see Snit just start throwing books into his mouth.
Okay. At least the books are preserved. Is there anything that resembles, like, if this is like an armory, there would be a cloth armory part of it, right? Or is it actually metal forging?
And when I say armory, it's an armory where the weapons and armor themselves have been stored. There's a small area inside the armory itself where people seem to have been working on personal projects, and the forge itself in the back is there to treat and heat the metal.
I'm gonna try and look for fabrics and sewing and weaving and anything else related to cloth armor.
You see nothing in here. You find fabric and whatnot for like the inside lining for the armors itself, so it doesn't like rub or chafe. But there isn't anything in here that's necessarily being built for anyone who wears like armor or cloth. This is more weaponry and like plate.
Okay, so like the big heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no light armor version, like no leathers or anything like that.
Nothing in here, but this itself is the armory. It's where they've stored a lot of the arms and armor.
I wonder if there's another section we could go to via elevator that might have that. That's something for later.
Zellark is looking for throwing weapons. because
Yeah, I'm looking for a
at the
bow.
point I'm just throwing toothpicks at people.
Take turns, guys.
Okay, so
'Cause
I will
we all
say,
watch it.
I
We all
will
look-
say that there are various throwing daggers, there are bows, there are swords, there are staves, like pretty much like any weapon that would be like any conventional weapon has at least one showing in here. It is like they're lined. It's almost as if they were preparing for something. This is completely like, especially for Reiju, because she saw what it was like up on the surface when she went through the obelisk. It didn't look like these people were technologically advanced as this armory kind of shows different. Even the metal itself seems off. It's not
The same metal?
It's not necessarily a natural metal.
Man-made?
It modified.
Reforged?
Can I identify?
I have an
one of the
idea.
daggers?
Okay. Like everybody's like exploding here. What did you say? Was that?
I was just curious if I could use identify on one of the daggers that I found.
Sure.
Just to, since I'm guessing it's magical.
Yeah, everything in here is magical to some extent. So you're gonna go ahead and use identify?
Yep.
So when you identify this magical, this basic throwing dagger, you don't really get a sense of it has a magical purpose at this moment. It's a blank slate. Though you feel as if the weapon itself, its magical properties would be influenced by the wielder.
I start just stuffing daggers into my coat.
Okay, so when you grab one of the daggers, give me a wisdom check. Not a wisdom check, a wisdom save.
Don't be greedy.
This group has a real issue of just taking things they see and just...
This isn't the only group.
These are valuable.
Understood.
Chemical
Doesn't mean
hearing.
that there's something going on.
That
Don't be greedy.
is a 16.
A
'cause I
16.
have no plus.
Like you reach out to grab two of them and you hear, you need only one. As you grab the one throwing dagger, you see it kind of like vanish in your hands as a bandolier of them form across your chest. And it's just this beautiful leather bandolier. And you've got a slot of 6 of them.
Now you're an intimidating salesman.
I'm gonna try to reach out to the voice, like see if I can communicate with it.
What do you say?
Like, is there any way you could have affixed yourself to the jacket?
And as you do, it kind of melds to give you a more functional flow with the jacket.
Are you talking with your weapon?
Not sure. It hasn't talked back yet. Can you talk back?
And there's no voice afterwards.
Hmm.
And I'll take out 2 of the daggers and just.
And
I'm
as you
just
take out 2 of the daggers,
whittling around, checking
as you
it out.
take out 2 of the daggers, give me an element.
Shadow.
As you take them out, you begin to twirl them. You see these shadows begin to trail around them as you're making just like these little circular motions.
My plans of becoming Shikamaru are getting closer.
Setting weapons with a personality, Microsoft Clippy.
Oh God.
I see you have a magic weapon. Would you need help with that?
And I put him back.
And as you put them back, you hear like a soft like hiss as the shadows kind of die off the daggers. When you draw from this bandolier, you're able to select an element and it will enchant that blade with whatever element you select. When you throw it around later, it will replenish itself in the section that you drew it from. Every time you pull one of these daggers, you can choose a different element. Putting them back into the sheaths itself will remove whatever element was on it at that moment.
And I'm guessing once it reappears, it will also
Same thing. Rinse, repeat.
go away. Got it.
So you've got 6 of these, but every round, any ones that were expended the previous round will pretty much replicate themselves into that sheath.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Just kind of stares at us like, huh. I don't really need anything from here, but if you find anything, be careful, and it's your choice.
Well, not to be that person, but it's kind of weird you're telling us to be careful when you've touched, I think, 2 or 3 things since we've come in here.
Yeah,
Just putting it out there.
that's why I'm saying it.
All right.
Because even I'm a little wary now.
Says, and I just point at your eyeball on your forehead.
I understand.
No kidding.
Yeah,
All right.
it's not pleasant, but not terrible.
Well, next time let's check it out first. Well,
That's
just in
if our
case our
magic.
soul doesn't leave again.
That's if we can even detect it.
So
I'm not even sure if this
is
one's
anybody
cursed or not.
else like looking for any, like you said you were looking for a
So-
bow, Zorro?
We are doing a
We're doing a
roll
roll
off.
off.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
we're
can go
doing
in
a
Okay.
roll off for turns.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did it.
Where?
Yeah, loot initiative pretty much.
in our chat.
Yeah.
Chat.
Okay.
Oh, I
So-
haven't been looking.
Yeah.
Whomever is next,
Yeah.
because I can't look at the chat, because if I do, then everyone's going to see the conversation.
No, right now Zoro's the highest, so she's next on the
I think we're
list.
just
didn't
waiting
roll.
for. Okay, we just need you to roll. Actually, I think.
Yeah, Kiara
How much?
Needs to,
Oh,
Kiara needs
so
to
she
roll.
goes first. So it's Syra then me.
Okay.
Go ahead, Syra.
So Sarah is looking for either something that has druidic energy, so like if there is anything at all, there might not be, but she's looking for like either a cool something that could be used as a cool focus, or a nice something that looks like a nice medium armor, or a cool staff.
Okay. So you see that you don't really see anything it's in and of itself that looks like medium armor, though the armors on the wall kind of look off. At the times, like when you look at it, it sort of looks liquidy. There's like a
Alright.
sort of like a bit of like liquid kind of like not really dripping off of it, but kind of like in a continuous like flowing motion, almost as if like you're staring at one of those walls that sort of just has the small stream of water, like with the cascading waterfall effect. And it kind of like once it comes to the bottom, it kind of just gets sucked back up and it does it again.
That is definitely
That's so
curious.
cool.
So I'm gonna go check that out
Okay.
and pick it up.
Right.
What
And
are you?
And as you pick it up, it sort of begins to mold as it changes shape and weight and texture, as you're now holding a nice sturdy leather armor in your hands.
I'll take mine off and
Okay.
I'll
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm gonna try something.
Right,
Put
and
it
as you
on.
put it on, it's a
What
bit of
did we just say?
it's a bit of
I
a
know.
it's a bit of a
We're all
snug
gonna do it.
it's a bit of a snug fit to begin with, but then you see that it kind of just perfectly adjusts to your body, and vines begin to grow out of it and like sort of like wrap around like your arms, sort of just like soft like armbands, and they come to like a stop at the back of your hand, and a small like desert flower sort of blooms there.
Ooh, I like this.
The armor itself provides a bit of insulation for you as well.
Insulation.
And then you notice that along the vines, these small, like miniature cactus fruit, like bloom up for you. These, the cacti fruit can be picked and eaten, and it has the same effects as a good berry spell.
Ooh.
That's cool.
I take one and I
Nice.
eat it.
You eat it,
No.
and it's like the most delicious thing you have ever bitten into. It's nice, it's vibrant, it's juicy. And it fills you with a bit of joy as well, as these cacti fruit will immediately remove a fear effect from the person who eats them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It will
And-
it also gives you extra wild shape based off of half your druid level.
Extra wild shape. That is so exciting.
That is huge.
Do a dance.
Please tell me we can find this place in season 3.
I think it's a little far south for us.
I will get on a ship. I don't care.
That's a 4-month journey.
Don't care.
That's fair.
And the armor itself, like the looks and everything, that's up for you to decide. It is completely moldable to whatever your fashion sense is. So if you want it just to be a basic like leather covering, that's fine. But if you want to give it a bit more of like a Syra touch to it, you can.
Mm-hmm.
But the armor itself is completely moldable the first time that you put it on.
Yeah, I like what you described with the vines and stuff. So I want to keep like that vine look. And I like the desert flowers on like the arm braces. And I think it'll be leather armor, but there will be like was it engraved or embossed in the leather, like more flower designs and stuff, and more like vines, like real vines interwoven into the leather. So it's just a very fluid look, but something
Okay.
along those lines, I think. So it'll look very natural.
Very natural.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
like wood, but when you touch it, it's leather, which is strange. But it looks nice.
Yeah, it looks strange, but it actually looks like really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's techniques to dyeing leather where it's uneven and striped, and it looks like wood grain.
Yep.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
It's
I love
gorgeous.
I love that leather work on it. So you just have basic leather armor right now, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had basic
So,
bitch armor.
So this armor itself has a +1 enchantment on it. But
Okay, but
once a day, you have the ability to choose one elemental damage type that you are resistant against.
okay.
And you can change that every long rest.
Okay.
That's wow.
As it has pretty much when you put it on, it melded with like your essence and kind of is trying to strengthen your inherent properties. So since you're a druid, it gives you a boost to being druidic.
It's like it was made for me. I know. It's the best armor ever.
Now, Now if you wish to grab a weapon as well, you may. Pretty much the only you get only one style thing is you guys are allowed one weapon, one armor.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
glad
so
you said
everyone
that
gets
because I'm like,
one.
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Consider
that's too
this
much.
consider
That's
this
totally
like
fair.
your little like magic item boost because a lot of you guys are still using basic bitch weaponry.
I think
Yeah.
all of us are using basic
Yeah.
bitch. Maybe.
The only reason I'm not is because artificer.
Yeah, because you're like, oh
Yeah.
look at me, I'm special. I have magic weapons. Snit
I can
six.
do it
The
myself.
Goodberry part is that once a day I get to
No.
summon the
No.
cactus.
The good berry is sort of like Zelark's daggers.
Sweet.
You pull one off and it replenishes in an hour. Like a new one will grow where you pulled one off. Right now you've got 3 on one arm and 3 on the other. So you've got a total of 6 good berries on you.
We
So
will
they
never
regrow
go
and
hungry
they
again.
That's great.
That's great for the desert. We'll never go hungry again.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna look for a new staff.
Okay,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
you do all of the items here seem to be made out of that same like liquid like metal, but you do find a row of staves in the back.
Okay. And I'm going to just kind of feel them out, see which one seems to speak to me most, and I'll...
They're all blank, pretty much. They're blank slates.
I will just close my eyes and then grab one.
All right, you close your eyes and grab one, and as you pull it back, you feel that soft metallic staff in your hand begin to change as the feeling goes from metal to this soft natural wood,
Yee.
almost like a petrified wood itself.
Oh, that's pretty because it feels like rock. Oh,
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's completely it's pretty much lightweight. There's no weight to it at all. It's almost as if the staff itself is made out of some sort of coral.
Wow.
Carbon fiber.
petrified wood is just gorgeous. If anyone's ever not seen it, petrified wood is gorgeous.
It is,
It
especially
almost
under
looks
a
like a
microscope.
gemstone. Yeah, they
Yeah.
almost look like gemstones
Mhm.
sometimes. Oh, they're so pretty.
Um,
And as you hold this staff, small, again, desert flowers bloom around the pretty much almost every inch of like the top half of the staff. But you notice that each one has a small cactus thorn sticking out of it.
It's pokey.
It is very pokey. With this staff, you are able to make a ranged attack that will fire these thorns out at the target.
That's great.
If they hit, the thorns themselves do a d6 poison damage. And as a being a druid that you are, you're able to use the staff to cast Create Water 3 times a day.
Oh, they're great for the desert.
And at any point in time you are holding onto the staff, you can freely speak to plants.
Yes.
My friends!
We're going to save the ants. We're going to save the
My
ants.
friends, anytime. Rojan, you realize what you just did because we're talking to...
Every
You-
plant
you
ever.
just- You just made yourself a chore because
Here's-
every plant's an NPC now.
Here's the thing though. Now here's the thing. We're in a wasteland. Where are all the fucking plants?
I will. Well, any plant we do come across.
There's
That's
still
true.
desert plant
cactus.
life. Yeah, there's still
there
desert
is.
plant
It's
life.
just funny.
Here's the other
It
thing.
was just a funny concept.
You're never going to run out of fuel for your bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because it runs on water.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hey,
You-
sister.
Your staff is now a gas can.
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me. Every plant we see in the desert.
Hey,
Um,
sister.
Thank you. Syra's very happy. She just calls out, Reiju, your people are freaking cool.
At that like whole thing, Reiju's just like, huh. You know what? Fuck it.
Fuck it.
And just she walks over to one of the other metal armors and tries to envision, because she has been planning on paper and through sketches what I posted in chat just recently.
I don't pay attention to anything.
That's fine. And it's also in the art channel for Discord. So basically she's getting her superhero outfit.
All right, so you put this on, and like the most of the armor itself kind of like melts away as it goes into like this very soft, comfortable fabric that again molds perfectly to your form. And much as like you've got the small ley lines on your body, they continue onto the fabric itself, giving you almost it if it wasn't for the gaps in the flowing of some of the parts of your armor, it would almost look like this is just an entire piece of your body. When you put this armor on, you feel a bit of a surge of the radiant energy kind of like pulsing through you. Now when you do your ghost punches, your ranged punches,
My Mega Man punches?
Your Mega Man punches, you now have an additional 15 feet added onto the max range.
Oh.
You have resistance versus radiant energy, meaning any radiant attacks are now going to do half damage to you.
Right.
And
Okay.
as a free action, not a free action, but as an action, you can enter into a 1-round meditative state once a day to recover 1d4 key points.
Dang.
Okay.
That's useful.
Yeah, it is.
We're just in here going, candy.
I'm gonna hold
Touching all
off
the
on the
candy.
weapon part, but I'm gonna go ahead and let Zoro go because I accidentally jumped in front of her after skipping
You can
myself.
go ahead and finish.
So
That's
before-
totally fine. Go ahead and finish.
Before we continue on, let's go ahead and take a short break because I need to get something to drink. I am out of everything, and I'm going to be running my voice raw if I don't. So
yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a quick
Take care of
break.
yourself.
And when we come back, we'll continue on with everybody touching all the things to find their little weapon upgrades. All right. But Sigos, guys, we will be right back. And we're back.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, I switched mics. So I may be a little louder to people and maybe
Yep.
quieter.
Yeah,
Everyone that
quite a
had
bit
you turned
louder.
up is suddenly, oh god.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
outside with my headphones on, and I was like, "Oh God, she's testing." So
Yep.
I just
Which
put you.
means that it sounds
I'll
great.
let you guys adjust real
Yep.
quick.
I just adjusted.
Okay, we're
Just-
good.
Just
Sounds
keep talking.
okay.
Keep
well,
talking at your
sorry.
normal level.
Oh God.
Yeah, now I'm
Zoro's
already
muted.
below 100.
Zoro's muted.
Some way, some
Oh, I
form.
didn't realize I was muted. Sorry, I was
There
like,
we
holy
go.
shit, she's at 70% for me right now when she was at 200. Oh, fuck me. And my
I'm sorry.
earballs.
I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
God.
It's perfect. Perfect.
All right.
It's working as
switched-
intended.
I switched
Partially
to the
deaf
better
thanks
mic.
to the Air Force. I'm fine.
It's working.
Fair
All
wisdom.
right.
I'm
So
still like,
who are
What?
who's oh okay, so Reiju.
Reiju needs to finish up.
Yeah, Reiju needs to finish up. So you've got your little flowy
Armor.
superhero armor on.
And then she goes over to the weapons bench and tries to envision ring blade.
Like a
And so if it's like a scimitar with like
the
9
rings in it. Yeah. I got you.
9-ring sword.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, this is awkward.
Why? Oh, so you're gonna have 2 ring blades. Who cares?
I was like, that's Daddy's primary weapon.
So you
Oh.
grab one of the blades and
Reiju is not your daddy.
it slowly begins to mold into this very beautifully crafted ring blade. Each of the there are 4 rings on the blade itself. And as you move it around, their rings kind of clamber together and they sound like wind chimes. There's a soft breeze as you begin to like move the blade around as well. And as you swing it, you can you almost feel as if you can use the blade as sort of a focus for those ranged punches that you do. As you focus and you swing, this blade of like air shoots out and like hits the back wall.
I didn't damage the
No.
life energies.
You
Okay,
didn't
thank
you
God.
didn't damage anything.
Okay.
This,
Okay, so just
This blade itself will do the same as a longsword. It's got a +1 bonus on it. But when you shoot the blade out, you can add what your you can add the damage that you would get if you were to spend a key point onto it. So like whatever modifications you get when you throw like a key blast or whatever out, go onto that blade.
okay.
The wind blade itself has a range of 30 feet.
Okay.
And if you were to say slap the blade itself, it lets out like this very debilitating drone in a 10-foot radius around you. Anything inside that radius needs to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, or they are stunned until the end of your next turn.
What was the DC for it?
DC 15 Constitution.
Got it. And she will apologize to anyone that she was just next to at that point. Like, oh, sorry.
The wind blast goes right behind Snit.
I was like, sorry.
Snit against like
Just is just gonna look and say, sheath, and just hope it just
Yep, there's a beautifully designed sheath on it as well.
I think I've had my fun for today. for now. Who was next? Nerix?
Just because he didn't know at the time, Wiz, if you want to finish up since you just got your weapon, that way we don't
Oh,
forget
yeah.
about your.
Did you want your
other
armor?
item?
Of course I would want my armor, but I can wait.
Okay, if you want your armor. So what armor are you currently wearing right now? Or are you wearing armor? Because I see I see the the get up in your character art, and it's very, gentleman-like.
Yes. My armor is, if I'm not mistaken, leather.
Leather. Yeah, I assume that most of you have.
Oh, studded leather. Studded leather.
Yeah, you have basic armor.
Stitch.
Yeah.
So again, when you put this armor on, it conforms to your body. You can make it look however you want, but there's a bit of shadow emanating off of it. With this armor on, it's got 3 charges to where you can make a duplicate clone of yourself.
Ooh.
This clone is completely it's impossible to tell yourself from the clone.
Mm-hmm.
Has a voice, everything. You control the clone as it's out. You can only have one clone out at a time. The clone has half your HP, but only has a 10 armor class. It can interact with objects. It can't cause damage to people. That's the only thing, is it cannot harm anything, but it can interact with objects. It can pick things up. It can walk into traps if you need it to. But
so it's like a seen, unseen servant?
Not necessarily, because you have complete control over it. It's another version of you. It even speaks with your voice.
So it's like the duplicity spell.
Yeah.
But a little bit tougher
Nice.
as far as an AC.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if this is actually a spell.
I think it's invoke. Is it invoke duplicity? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's invoking
you can
duplicity.
control it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With this, you also have the ability. You also have an ability called Shadow Jaunt,
Okay.
which allows you to travel point to point between different shadows.
Yeah.
So if you're in one shadow
That's a good one.
and you want to get to another shadow, you just use the Shadow Jaunt and it takes you right there. Nobody
We're
sees you
never
move.
gonna see Zellark again.
Yeah, Shadow.
We never do to begin with.
He is the Nightman.
I'm Shadow Man.
Now, when you pop out into the next shadow, you, as a free action, can make a stealth check to remain hidden.
Okay.
The after effect of this is there is a shadowy image of yourself in the former location for a round to kind of like throw people off.
Like an after image?
Yeah, kind of like an after image. Great thing about this, you don't need line of sight for the shadow. As long as you know there's a shadow over there, you can jump to it. Your Shadow Jaunt range is 75 feet.
Perfect.
Oh, for those of you who have gotten your armors, it is a +1 bonus onto your armor at the moment. So whatever your AC is, it's going up by 1.
The weapons as well.
The weapons as well as a +1. There's a +1 enchantment on it. Yeah, or a non-combat simulacrum, because these things last until you dispel them.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
until you use the effect again to create another clone, or until you willingly get rid of it, or it takes enough damage, it remains
forever, and I get 3 charges a day.
3 charges a day.
Does that 3 charges also count for the Shadow Jaunt, or is
No,
that just
Shadow Jaunt you can use as an action. There is no limit to it.
Danger vanish? Got it.
Yeah. Pretty much, you do what Zelark does best. You hide in the shadow and you move in the shadow.
I mean,
Fuck the shit I'm
like-
out ability.
yeah. It's like you know me so well.
Also, there's a bit
It's
of
like
an
it was made for
assassin.
you.
There's a bit of an assassin's touch on this.
Ooh.
When you roll your sneak attack damage, you can choose to re-roll ones on the damage dice.
Nice.
And this is only if you were in the shadow. So if you're attacking from the shadows, or if you come out for like from the shadows for an attack, and that little stealth check, you know, aids you, you can re-roll the ones on the sneak attack.
Okay. I'm so scared of what you're gonna throw at us next.
I'm just
It's
kidding.
Rojan. It's always going to be big regardless.
I'm
used to the madness.
You guys are like level 6, level 7, and I realized you don't really have any magic items. You've been fighting a lot of things just with basic weaponry right now. You kind of need an upgrade. This is why this is why I told you guys at the start, you don't need to run from this. Because I was going to be sad if you guys ran from this.
And we've been level 6 for literally a year too. Like literally in real life year.
Has it been a year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, March 6th of 2021 is when we last leveled up.
Wow, I did
Minus
not know that.
Styra from the card pool.
This is what happens when we get stuck in a desert and can't go shopping or find
Exactly.
hoard caches.
Or you guys just refuse to go to other towns. I mean, I got to throw stuff out there. So
we haven't hit another town, but yeah.
I mean, Snit was trying to be the one-stop shop, but I'm happy to have this place right now.
This is our own secret, guys. No one else has to know.
as long as Reiju's alive, you have access to this place because she's technically now the owner.
Don't we just need her blood?
No, you need
she's
her.
now the most important person.
Oh,
in the
You need
party.
her. The key
I was gonna
itself.
say, I
The
have her
key
blood.
itself. The key itself will only work for Reiju.
Oh, okay.
So what you're saying is this
Muted.
is not the place that I got from the throne card.
This is not the place you got the throne card. No, that's somewhere else.
That's funny though.
Muted.
This is home away from home.
Zoro. I think after Zel.
Yeah.
Oh, before that, Zelark, what does your new get up look like? Again, it doesn't even have to look like armor. It can look like whatever you want it to be. If you want it just like a pair of like, jorts and a tank top, you could do that.
Richard Simmons this shit.
It's gonna be full hot boy.
Full hot boy.
No,
It's fair.
it's gonna look, so I've already hit rock bottom and I'm working my way back up, so I'm trying to get back the pristine look how I used to have. So this is going to actually look like my character card, like that purple suit,
The purple shoot, the crushed velvet.
yes, but it has,
Oh, the desert. Oh.
but it's it's breathable, but it's like the 3-piece suit, the vest, everything, but the swirls that are on the inlay, I would kind of like this to, when I think about it, they just kind of come alive and swirl through the fabric, if that's possible.
That
just
is
to be a
entirely
little bit
possible.
extra,
It's cosmetic. I allow it.
because I haven't been able to put the enchantment billowing on my
Mhm.
jacket yet.
Yeah.
So
Which is awesome. It's just for flair.
eventually,
Okay.
we're gonna be upgrading Snit's workshop as much as I can.
And I will say that this material, these items, are upgradable. They are something that you can work with to upgrade in your guys' forge once it gets strong enough.
Ooh.
So
How big is this room, by the way?
I said what, 50 by 50?
can we like put out the house in this room? And,
No,
like,
there is
put
not
the
enough
board-
space to
that
put the.
board in this.
There is not enough space in this house to put the house, or in this room to put the house down. It's 50 by 50, but it's lined with rows of like weaponry and stuff. So
I know I'm rage looting right now, all the books. So I'm hoping that some of those are like how they made that forge, how they made these weapons, the enchantment process, blah blah blah. We'll find out.
capturing and using celestial souls for dummies.
I mean,
Yeah.
Celestials are just as much jackasses as fiends, so
I don't feel bad. Okay. Nerix, I think you're up next.
Yeah. Let's first things first. Let's go ahead and let's find myself a bow.
Okay. And you do find a decent selection of bows that they all pretty much look the same until you grab it. And that's when that begins to shape and change to who you are.
Okay. Yeah, I will go ahead and grab a bow.
All right. So as you grab the bow, you begin to feel it change from like a metallic, like just that metallic feel, into that of almost bone on the grip itself. And as it begins to extend, you can see this black leathery fabric, not really fabric, but just like almost like basilisk hide sort of stretch along the bow itself. The string is this bright violet color that gives off like this soft, almost vibration when you touch it. The guard for your hand extends out to this look like almost like a snarling wolf, but not just a normal wolf, a werewolf.
Shit. Okay.
When using this bow, when you use anything that requires a hemocraft dice, say, if that forcing people to save or rolling damage or whatnot, you can now add your proficiency bonus into that damage.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Because you are a blood hunter and they like sacrificing their own life force, you can draw this bow back empty and a arrow will form from your blood. When you release the arrow, you sacrifice whatever amount of hit points that you want, and you can tack that on to a base arrow damage.
Ooh, okay.
Glass cannon.
So if you wanted to,
Dead Man Wonderland going on in
if
here.
like you wanted to drop 20 HP into a shot, you can drop 20 HP into a shot. It would do 1d8 plus 20. But
Shit,
you
okay.
lose that HP regardless. The moment that arrow flies, you lose that HP, hit or miss.
Okay, and that's to attack or damage.
That's to damage. Attack is still
Damage,
normal.
okay.
No, it's to
Okay.
force you to use
So
your healing potions.
No.
so
I
the question
will
is how many temporary HP can we put on her at once?
Temp HP do not count. It
I
has
don't
to
blame
be
you for that.
It has to be your base HP.
Yeah, that makes sense. Everyone just buffs me up so I can just sacrifice.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh. This guy's.
But this is
Okay.
only if you draw the string back without without an arrow. If you slot a normal arrow, you're fine. It's only when you want to
Okay.
use a blood bolt that it will do this.
Okay. Every shot's a risk.
Now,
Okay.
if this bolt hits somebody that's marked by your hunter's mark, at that point in time, you can make a Constitution saving throw, and you will regain 1d6 HP. And this is from either your blood arrow or your normal arrow. Anything that is marked by you, if you hit, they have to make a Constitution saving throw, or they lose 1d6 HP and it's transferred to you, healing you.
1d8, you said?
1d6.
Oh, 1d6. Okay.
Yeah, but these are only the people who are marked by you.
Okay. And how many times can I do that?
How many times can you do what? The HP transfer?
Can I use that ability? Yeah.
That's any time you hit somebody who's marked by you, it just instantly takes effect. The DC that they have to make is a DC 15 save. A DC Constitution save, I should say.
Okay.
This is just something that's active anytime for anybody you hit who's marked by you.
Oh, yes.
So for clarification, that's Hunter's Mark, any of her Blood Hunter brands or anything like that?
It's the brand is what I mean. If she
The brand.
yeah, if she brands somebody, then she can be healed.
I was just going to clarify that. I was like, I know that's a ranger ability, but I think he meant this. Okay.
Well, I mean, and it's possible to get Hunter's Mark without being Ranger.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No, but
true,
I
actually.
meant the brand.
Yeah.
My brand.
My brand.
My brand. Okay. So I'm feeling really good about this. Love this bow. It's gonna be nice when we level up more too, and that proficiency goes up for that damage. Okay. And I will go ahead. Out of curiosity, are there any accessories in here, or is it just purely armor and weapons?
What sort of accessories are you looking for?
Like if it was like bracers or necklaces, like pendants or anything
There's
like that.
nothing like that. It's pretty much primary weapons and armor covering.
Okay. So with that being said, I will go ahead and go to one of the liquefied looking armor pieces.
Okay. So again, you slip that on. Completely forms to your body however way you want it to look. But as it's kind of forming, everyone can see these cracks inside of it. And they begin to run red. And gathering into a small gem in the back. This gem inside right now currently houses 10 HP. That will be administered to you the first time you go down.
Oh, it's my life-saving jacket. It's my life jacket.
It's your life jacket. Now, afterwards, you have to pretty much sacrifice your own blood, because Blood Hunter, in order for it to go in again. Those 10 HP cannot be regained for 24 hours. So once you sacrifice the 10 HP to put into the jacket, into the armor itself, for that 24 hours, you are 10 HP lower and cannot go higher or cannot regain it.
Got it. Okay. That's not bad. That's still really good. Thankfully, I'm slightly beefy.
Thankfully. Slightly.
Slightly. Range beef. Free range beef.
Now,
all right.
There is one other addition to this. You have a special form of teleportation.
Ooh.
It's more of a jaunt, I guess you can call it. But you can jaunt to any bleeding ally or opponent.
What's the range on that, or just anyone who's bleeding?
Anybody you can see. If they are within your sight and they are bleeding, you can jump to them.
Everyone get hit one time. That's all I need. Just watch your blood.
So what you're saying is I can jaunt 75 feet away into another shadow, come out, stab myself, and then she can teleport to me.
Yes.
Unless you're stealth motherfucker that I can't see you now.
No, that's why he steps out of the shadows, stabs his hand.
Yeah.
Stab myself with the dart.
Don't go back into stealth. Just don't go back into stealth. Like, I'm bleeding. Then I'm like, well, I smelt you for a moment. Where are you?
Your scent was here just a moment ago.
Wrong order, but still. I can smell iron. Oh, that's cool. See, that's when I use my health potions on you guys, if I so choose.
But yeah, but again, armor looks the way, whatever way you want.
Okay. I'm gonna have to think on that.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't expect you guys to come up with, you know, how it looks at the moment, but it's all up to you. I want the ghost of Billy Mays that explains all the properties of an item or curse effect. I could do that as an identify spell. just the spirit of Billy Mays comes out and tries to sell you on picking up this cursed item.
It's just Zelark, but like ephemeral state shows up.
It slices, it dices, it even sorts your baseball cards.
Zelark, it's a spoon.
Stab.
Your point?
Get out of here, Stab.
You're banned. So yeah, who's next?
That would be me.
Okay. So what is Snit looking for?
Oh man, so many things. But yeah, for now, looking over at the ranged weapons rack, do I see firearms? Do I see crossbows?
You see firearms, you see crossbows. If it's a ranged weapon, it's a ranged weapon, and it's there.
He actually has to think about that for a minute. He's gonna go over to the armor.
It's like the kid in the candy store who's just like overwhelmed and can't make a decision.
Yeah.
Belt-fed grenade launcher.
Donk, 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 donk.
Do not give those. It will not be a good day.
It's like all of a sudden he's just like Snit is walking around with like an M32 grenade launcher.
He's already been Rambo. He has to go Arnold Schwarzenegger now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll walk over to the armor while I contemplate.
Okay. And again, they're all the same like blank slate looking pieces of armor until you put them on.
Yeah, I will grab one and put it on.
All right. And as you throw it on, again, molds to your body. But you have one like ocular that kind of pops in front of your eye that gives you a visual heads up overlay as it begins to like scan everything around you, even to the point to where you look at your friends and it gives you a complete analysis of their species, you know, known ailments, known weaknesses, known resistances.
Looking away. No.
On your
It
arms,
got excited.
on your arms, you have a bracer that's got a display of itself on itself. It's got a couple buttons on it. When you press them, a small forge sort of like materializes in front of you. This forge allows you to pretty much half the time for your infusions. Speaking of infusions, you get +1 more to your known infusions while wearing this armor.
Pretty happy about that.
There's
All right,
also a button. There's also a button on that pad for you to press to be able to scan things, like to scan people to get like a heads up display of what they are and everything like that. If they're unknown, you can then use it to upload that information into your armor. That way, the next time you face one, the HUD will appear with what it is.
Oh, that's cool.
You got a Pokedex.
Yeah, you pretty much got a you got a Pokedex. Also,
Slowly turning into Jet
also,
Star.
while the HUD is up, any ranged weaponry that you have has a +1 bonus to hit, as there is a targeting reticle.
Sweet. Okay.
You feel something a little weird on your back, like right between where your wings are at. Those of you who are looking at Snit, and Snit, as you feel it, you feel like a round like dome come to a tip.
Oh no! You gave him a rocket backpack.
As everyone sees a medium cylindrical, almost tube on his back with fins underneath, or like on the sides of it.
Oh no!
Snit, once a day,
Yes.
you have a explosive that is on your back that you can Boba Fett style launch at people.
Hmm.
This rocket pack, this rocket itself is aimed with the reticle and can be controlled manually with your wrist-mounted display.
It's a remote control.
It is a
missile.
remote-controlled missile.
Oh man!
What is the range on this thing?
The range is 180 feet.
I'm scared.
Surface to air missile.
The
surface to-
missile itself, at the moment, does 2d6 explosive damage. He's one
that like
step away
fire
from
or
a
force?
Gundam.
You just
You just wait.
there's still the 4 mechs back in the observatory.
Yes, there
So-
are. And I told you last time that those mechs can be repaired.
and
It'd take
one
a
can
while.
Probably fit in the house.
No,
One
no,
can
none
fit
of
in
them
the
can
garage.
fit. None of them can fit in the house.
Never mind that.
Yeah, no.
No.
That's too big.
Oh,
Way
never
too
mind
big.
then. Oh boy, that's a lot to take in. I almost wish I was kobold form because there'd be a kobold jumping around the room.
Yeah, you just see this giant buff dragonborn sort of jumping around the room, just all ecstatic and happy.
Remember, he may be a dragonborn, but that's a kobold's mind in
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Snit will walk over to the weapons rack and he's going to look for just the best looking rifle he can find on
They
there.
all look the same at the moment.
Well,
Remember,
hopefully
it's
one with a
personalized
big
to you.
scope
You're looking for, are you looking for a rifle?
rifle.
Okay. So you grab one of the ranged weapons off the wall rack and it begins to form into a rifle that it's got a bit of heft to it. As you can tell that that the gun itself is built and braced for high caliber rounds. You see a 6-cylinder mechanism to house the rounds that you need. Inside the cylinder right now, it's empty. But you kind of hear a clunk next to you as you look down and there's a small ammo box. And as you open the box, there are different auto loaders installed in it. Each of them have different elemental tipped bullets.
So I'll pick them up and look at them. What kind of elements am I seeing?
You're seeing pretty much fire, ice. There's even an earth elemental bullet that just looks like it's going to punch a hole through whatever it hits. There is one that is for lightning, one that is force, and then there is a singular autoloader that just says calamity.
That's
And
not
now-
dangerous.
And now we know why it's
Going
the fate.
special pocket?
The ammo box itself will generate any missing rounds in the autoloaders once a day. The autoloaders, you have 6 rounds for each of the elements.
Okay.
You can, even no matter how many attacks you have around, you can only fire 1 shot because this thing has a ton of kick to it.
Okay.
I will say do not use it at close range. This is definitely something you're going to want to be back or up for. Also, if you are flying while using this gun, anytime you fire, I'm going to need a dexterity save to see if you don't knock yourself out of the air.
Okay. Oof.
It's got a scope on it. The great thing about this scope, as you bring it up, you can trace people through the walls with it, as anything with a heartbeat is identified.
Oh, this changes.
Yes, your scope has a heartbeat sensor.
All right.
Which is better, my stealth or his heartbeat sensor?
He could detect you because your heart's beating. You can be hiding and that thing will find you.
Okay.
It's like seeing through invisibility without like actually casting the spell.
Yep.
That's
Somebody just throws a
amazing.
jar jam at you, and now you can't see shit.
A sweet creeps in the beat.
I
I got that reference as soon as you said it.
Yeah. All right, that's pretty damn awesome.
When you're not using it, you can collapse it down, but it's definitely going to be one of those things that you're going to have to heft around. It's not something that could just be easily be stored.
Even in Scrappy?
Scrappy can't hold this. This is not something that can be stored inside Scrappy's dumpster face. This is something that you need to carry around with you.
Okay. What is the damage on the rounds?
The rounds themselves do purely elemental damage. Pretty much when they hit their target, they sort of detonate with that elemental impact. So they got a little special property to each one. But I'm going to let you use them to find those out.
Oh,
That's fair. Totally fair. Yeah. I believe Callie's up next. Excuse me, Snit needs to go change his pants.
I think they auto clean
in his pants.
I think he did that the moment he stepped off that elevator.
That's true. That's true.
It's been a good day for Snit.
So erect.
You shush.
So, for Callie, Azarin never warned me about this part of playing a monk. They don't wear armor and they don't use weapons. So
there's ways
or at
around
least
it.
Callie chooses not to use weapons.
But the armor itself looks the way that.
Yeah.
Now I will say with Reiju's armor, it does not put on an armor penalty. You still keep your unarmored defense. It just gives you that +1 armor.
So I think Callie, she's gonna go to where all the armor and stuff is first, and she's gonna look for something that looks like it would be more of an outfit rather than armor, and it would be tight fitting. So
it's all the same, like it's all just like the upper parts of like a plate suit. But
Gotcha.
as soon as people put that armor on, it molds into like whatever their specifications are.
She will pull one of them off of whatever shelf or hook that they're on and try it out.
Yep. Then as it molds to your body, a bit of refreshing energy begins to like pulse from you. While you are wearing this armor, any of your hands of healing or anything like that now applies as an AoE. On top of that, you can add your proficiency bonus onto the healing effects of your healing or harm. If you wish to use a hand of harm against something, it's now no longer just a target, it's an AoE. Anything 5 feet around you will feel this. Much like Reiju, you can enter into a meditative state once a day to recover 1d4 key points. If you are downed, you have pretty much what the Barbarian's Undying Rage sort effect is, to where you, instead of hitting 0, you will be brought to 1. And when you are brought to 1, a healing pulse will be sent out, healing anything around you. Well, any allies around you, I should say. It's specified to allies.
That's probably good, yes.
It will also heal you.
Ooh, nice. And what is the range and healing amount on that pulse?
30 feet.
And how much does it heal?
It heals. Let's say it goes off with like whatever your strongest healing ability is. I think that's the hand of healing. Is it?
Yes. For class abilities, it is my healing hands. For any ability that I currently have, it is my Phoenix down.
Yeah. It would be the healing hands.
Okay.
So whatever it will heal, whatever the equivalent of your healing hands is to everybody within a 30-foot radius.
Now I don't have to feel so bad about rushing in there all the time.
Don't worry, guys. It's intentional. I'm a walking med pack.
Everybody.
Mass healing punch.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if we end a battle and I only have like 3 HP left, I just got to get someone to punch me, and it'll do more healing than anything else.
Also, if you are within 5 feet of somebody and they receive any sort of healing, you can then duplicate that effect. Duplicating that effect, you can either give it to yourself or you can give it to someone else that you can touch. So for some reason, Zoro does drink a healing potion and you're standing next to her, you can duplicate that healing effect of the potion.
Nice. And is there?
She said not going to happen.
Is there a number of times that I can use that per day or per rest?
Anytime somebody is near you, you can duplicate it.
Nice.
Okay, does that work on the salves as well?
Anything that restores HP will duplicate for Callie to either use on herself or somebody else.
I like it. I will come up with a look for this outfit later. So after that, she will meander over to where the weapons are, and she'll hesitate there for a good while because she's a fisticuffs person. I mean, monks can use monk weapons, and she has a monk weapon, but she never uses it.
There are fist weapons there.
She will gravitate towards those and pick up whatever looks like it would be the least obtrusive thing to wear.
So like a set of knuckle dusters.
Yeah, a set of knuckle dusters, or if there's like a hand wrap style thing that she can put on, something that she can wear without feeling like she's using
Like she's encumbered.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pick up these pair of knuckle dusters and you slip them on, and they begin to again mold. As you feel a bit of tingling from these things, as they sort of light up, feeling your life energy. As you kind of clang them together, there's a little bit of a spark and a flame coming from these. Using these knuckles, when you hit somebody with a key effect, you can force them to re-roll any saves that they make. They also allow your healing hand, that punch that you do, to now be, if need be, cast at a range. So if you need to send out a healing punch to somebody who's away from you, you can launch it out there. When it hits that target, it now becomes an AoE because of your armor.
Very nice. And what's the range on that?
That's 30 feet. That punch will go out 30 feet.
Just gonna be punching my allies for the rest of this game.
We're all just standing there. Hit me!
There's another effect on these knuckles. You can instantly, if somebody has not been dead for more than 1 hour, you can nail them with both knuckles, kind of like like the paddles, and it will resuscitate them.
Oh my god!
I don't know what you said. You cut out.
It's a defibrillator.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're
Machines that work.
it's a defibrillator that could be used
That's
once.
great.
That could be used once a day. Because I figure, good luck trying to find any diamonds around here.
Fuck,
That's
you're
fair.
right.
Yeah.
But it's a 1 hour limit, unless they're under like something that one of the spells that stops them from decaying or anything like
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, this just upped my support tremendously. And these, when striking normally with them, I assume they count as monk weapons. So
They are monk weapons.
Okay, awesome.
Though they do a D8 damage when you strike.
Is that would that stay at a D8 even when
It goes up based on your monk level. Pretty much it goes one dice higher than your whatever your monk strike is at the moment.
Ah, okay, nice. So when my normal monk weapon damage goes from D6 to D8, that would instead go from a D8 to a D10?
Yep.
Nice.
So when it gets to D12, does it then go to D20?
Goes 2d6.
That's a good way to do it because
Yeah.
it ups that minimum, right?
Yeah, because that's how the dice system is the weapon dice system is supposed to work. Is it's supposed to go up to do D12, then it goes 2d6, 2d8, all the way up, and then it will go 3d6, and just keep recycling.
I like it.
So, I think that's everyone, right? Good, because I have one other
I
thing.
think so.
Because of
Oh,
what
my.
Zoro said, I'm going to let you all level up today. Since it's been a year since you guys have been allowed to level up.
Ooh.
In my defense, I wasn't saying like, "Oh, it's been a
Oh,
year,
no, like,
Roach," and I was just like, "We need to better
To be
ourselves,
fair-
guys. We don't have shit."
to be
So
fair,
Kiara's level 8.
I did not know that this was, it's been that long since you guys had leveled, but yeah. So,
March 6th.
yep. So, yeah. Because the only person who actually leveled up was Kiara because of the card draw.
Yep.
Yeah, so she'll be level 8.
She'll
Now
be
she's
level
level
8.
fucking 8 now.
She's level 8. The rest of you are level 7.
Nice.
I'm
finally
immune to
hit my
voices
fire
now. I'm immune to it all.
Oh, you can finally dodge lightning.
Not really.
Not really.
Only if it's a dexterity save.
True.
I
Maybe
do have one question about our surroundings. So I've still got detect magic up, I assume.
Unless you took it down.
Nope. And now I'm scanning everything in the room with this cool scanner.
And so as you scan the weapons on the wall, it comes up as a material called celestium.
Ooh. Going to be looking for books on the manufacture of that in this library for sure.
Well, I can say that you threw a couple of those books into Scrappy already. Pretty much, like the books that you threw in there are all pretty much knowledge tomes on the making, the manufacturing, and the stability of the celestium and what you need for it.
like how all these weapons were made and everything. I will be a crafting god. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna look over at that forge and do the one that's in the room. I'm sure I cannot take it with me. But are there tools on it?
There are tools on it. Give me an investigation roll.
Are they magical? And yes, I will.
The entire thing is glowing like a blazing sun.
Thought so. Okay, so that's going to be a 24 investigation.
A 24?
Yes.
This forge isn't bolted down.
Scrappy, open wider.
There is no way Scrappy can fit this in his gullet.
I'm sorry. All I can think of right now
I'm bolting his jaw.
is the new Kirby game.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Shift to
Like
mouthful
super
mode.
stuff. Mouthful mode of Scrappy on it.
God. Some of the pictures that people have been coming up with that ability have just been a little outrageous.
My favorite one is somebody put him over Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, that was good.
I saw him put over the bean.
No, the forge is not bolted down.
Well, I will tell everyone to grab whatever tools they can find and throw them into Scrappy, and then
They try to
stopping by to pick
like
up this
any
forge.
tools you kind of throw into Scrappy, they kind of just like bounce off his face as they can't go into the bag of holding. It's like you throw a hammer and he has his mouth open, it kind of just bounces off of his nose.
Aww.
All right, we'll figure something else out. But this is a stop on the way out.
Syra will tap you on the shoulder. You see her in her awesome new armor, and she'll go, if you need help, I can turn into a bear and you can strap whatever you can strap on my back.
Snit gives you the biggest unintended bear hug ever.
Just when we're ready to leave, just remind me.
Probably squeezing a little too hard out of excitement.
Watch out for the thorns.
So real quick player question, not character question, because Callie's too dumb for this question. Are there any plants or anything around here
Syra.
that are big enough for that's fair. Like way down the road, big enough for something like transport via plants? So if we wanted to come back here at any point, we could use that, or is there nothing of that sort?
You haven't really seen any sort of plant that would be able to support something like transport via plants.
Am I getting that in level 8?
It was pretty much.
It's a 6th level spell, so it's down the road a ways still. But I was just thinking for coming back to this forge in the future.
It's pretty much when you were around the area, you the only thing that stood out was that obelisk. There's no plant life or anything like that because everything else that is covering the city is just a ton of sand.
Gotcha.
Too bad.
I bet with a level 8 druid, one might be able to grow a tree somewhat by just a thought.
Considering that Reiju has the eye,
sleep first.
she's been thinking of words that would be like places, and one of the words might have come up, arboretum.
So as you're thinking, you notice that the buttons on the side inside the elevator are labeled.
Okay, she'll take a look at them.
Okay, and you see library, forge, one that just says boiler room. You kind of figure that's where the soul forge itself is stored. The manufactorium, library, and then council chambers.
who was on the council. No, I'm just kidding. That's a bad critical
Oh
role check.
God.
Yeah, who's on
Um,
Taldora Castle?
Doesn't matter. They're all dead.
Yeah. She'll look to the group as like, is everybody ready?
If we have all the books and some upgrades, then yeah, I think that's all we can do for now.
Everybody got cool stuff, huh?
Yeah. Really cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at my new outfit, which I totally don't know yet, but look, I'm different.
Reju's gonna think about the eye that's on her forehead and try to say, "Can you hide?"
Doesn't reply to you.
She tries
Did
closing
you
it.
say that
You
out
close
loud, or
it.
did you think it?
It does it seal,
Yeah, it kind of does like a vertical close.
but it's still there.
Yeah, everyone could see the line right there.
Damn.
Did you say it out loud, or did you think it?
Oh, I definitely said that out loud.
Oh. You could always, adopt a scarf style
Actually,
around your head, like a bandana.
What if you
she'll-
what if
she
you take
takes-
it off?
she takes the sash that's come with her armor, and she'll wrap it around like a band, like a headband.
I
Okay.
don't think she should take the amulet off or try to take it off until we leave this place. Because if she takes it off and they're like, "Oh, you needed it on for us to stay here," then we could all get like, I don't know, squished or something. I don't know.
Yeah. For now,
That's
this
fair.
is fine. Well, I guess we're off to the library then.
And then we should probably go take care of this dragon situation. We can always come back and study more, hopefully.
Yeah, if it's nighttime, we can definitely use a rest.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to come back through this way with the dragon egg anyway, so.
Do we all have to go to the library?
No. As long as Reju is technically present, the area operates. So you can all go to separate locations if you wish. You don't all have to go together.
I was just curious if Zeller could go with Snit to the manufacturer room or whatever to see if we can't fix the overseer.
Well, I have to go to the library first anyways, because I think that's where records are kept on such things.
Okay.
Plus I have so many subject matters that I'm going to try to look for, and yeah.
I was just thinking repairing him up a little bit might be good, just to...
Oh yeah, it's on the list, but it's on the
We're
list, but I
just-
need to know how to.
Reju gives each of us a hall pass.
Oh,
We
God.
can't
You all
spend
have
time-
permits.
We can't
Okay.
spend too much time, guys. Like, we're gonna look and see what condition the library is in, do a quick peruse, and then leave. We're not reading, okay? We don't have time for that right now.
Yeah, we can do that on the way back.
Mhm.
Allie said.
I was just thinking, it would be good
or-
to make sure the Guardian is...
Well, he did tell you that he's operational for at least another year and a half.
as long as there was no big battles or anything, so...
Alright, so everybody to the library first. And then we could split up and then meet back at the house.
At the observatory?
When I'm finished with what I'm doing, I'm just gonna wait in the main entrance area until everyone shows up.
Or
So, library first, and then split off.
Okay.
So let's take a very quick break here before we come back for the last hour. That way everyone can do their leveling up.
That's what I'm doing.
Yep. So stick with us, everyone. We will be right back.
Stuff.
And
So, like,
we are
yeah.
back.
No. I rolled a
Hello.
9.
I
That's
think I can
sweet.
fly now.
What's that?
Yes.
8th level. I think I can fly.
You can fly at 8 level. Yeah,
Yep.
you can fly now.
You be
I can go eagle. What are those like rays? What CR level were those rays that we saw?
A sand ray?
Yeah.
Mhm.
DM.
Well, she kind of needs to know.
Can I do it?
Scan it. Scan
If
it.
it's 2, I can do it. If it's above 2, I can't.
One of the baby ones are a CR2.
I can turn into a baby ray.
Yeah, you could turn into a baby sand ray.
Baby sound.
Good, you can lure them into a trap for us.
Oh God, you're horrible.
I will
Wow.
have those sail upgrades.
Damn.
I mostly just want them to upholster the seats in this skiff.
Yes, because
horrible.
because
I'm
the
so
sand
sorry.
skiff needs
So
leather
sorry.
seats.
God.
Yeah, that way our skin sticks to it and sweats immediately when we sit down in it.
Yeah,
'cause it's
right.
in the sun all day.
That's
But we have a bonus. You have a bonus from being, knocked out of the seat because you're, fused to it now.
To it.
Oh, skin grafts. Skin grafts. Except the tiefling sisters. We're just like, this is fine.
Yeah, we're good.
So, are all of you heading to the library, or are people going to different floors?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll
going
go to the library.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the library, but only for a moment. Then I'm gonna go to a different floor.
Okay. So, as you all head up to the library, the lift dings and opens up, and just the smell of well-kept books and finely carved wood just hit you. As you look out into this expansive, like multi-layered library, thousands upon tens of thousands of books lining the walls, separate freestanding bookshelves in the center. As you can see, as you can tell, you must be underneath one of the domes because it goes up about 5 floors, all of it full of books. Soft murals of art decorating the walls itself. On the very top is stained glass at the tip of the dome. The inside is very well lit, maintained by ever-burning lamps. And again, there isn't a speck of dust anywhere in here. The floors look freshly polished. No dust on the books. Everything from the bookshelves to the tomes themselves look to be in pristine condition.
And we're going in. She's just
Yeah.
like, she just runs
God damn
towards
it,
like
I
the
didn't mean to do
nearest
that, I'm sorry.
ladder. Just runs to the nearest ladder and just swings on it.
Okay.
like the meme from Thornberry and Beauty and the Beast. Whee!
Rage is excited.
As you can see, every one of these sections, as they're divided up, have their own placards telling where you're at.
Ooh.
And you see things, they look to be continent names. As you can see, Talendra, Odag, Tricorn Isles, and then other ones that have never made an appearance. Lost Seas. Give me all the maps.
Give them to
yeah.
me now.
Reiju would definitely look for a map of Rabbit Goal first.
And thankfully enough, dead center in the Rabagol section is a splayed out map, but it's not current. You can see that from the details on the maps and everything, on the map and everything. This is pre-calamity.
Is this? I put a hand on it, and I just think current position.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
And Reiju read a map.
Can Reiju read a map?
I mean, that's fair, yeah.
Can Reiju read?
She was working in a library. Of course she can read. She just
Look, you don't
doesn't
need to be able to
How
read.
well
to look
can
at...
she read?
I know Arcana, at least. Okay. With a +0 to my intelligence score, I got a 16
Okay.
on the die.
So you're able to like just get an approximate location of where you're at. And on the map, it's marked as the city of Vostra.
City of Vostra.
Bostra.
Okay. My mother's name was Vestra. Huh. She knows that Vesteria was founded after, so it would not be on the map.
Hysteria is still there on the map
Is it?
itself.
Oh. That conflicts with some of my learning. Huh. And she'll look straight down south of where we are and try and look for that coastline city. See if that was
And
there.
Pearl Shore is... No, it's not... I'm sorry, Ferrisport. Pearl Shore Season 2. Ferrisport is still detailed at the bottom part of the continent.
Okay. Were there anything in that line that looks like it would actually impede us or would have impeded us at the time?
Well, at that point in time, there was a vast forest that seemingly acted like a border separating the north from the south part of the continents. But if that's still there, you don't know.
Yeah, we still don't know enough about the South, other than what Callian may have told us in our travels from what she saw of the South. Other than that, she's gonna roll it up.
You can't roll it up.
Can't roll it up.
No.
It's stuck there.
It's stuck there. It's like a set map.
Okay, she'll annotate it in her notebook of those names, at least. And we'll actually look towards the Northwest Mountains.
Okay.
And see if there's any specific, like, outposts or, like, draconic names that might be there.
There are no draconic names, but there is a temple. And it says Temple of Zot.
Zot. Religion check?
This is not something a religion check would bring up.
Okay.
You haven't necessarily read Zot before.
Zot. History?
Not even a history. That name has been lost.
The name has been lost. Very disturbing. Yeah. She'll allow everyone else to just kind of come over, and if they want to point something out to her that's noteworthy, she'll annotate it, or if they don't want to annotate it, she will not annotate it.
I don't think anybody here would have any knowledge of the old world.
If it's still current, if it matches their memory.
Is it something maybe I can look up?
Not necessarily. Like,
No?
like,
Okay.
like even the blood hunters don't have knowledge of a lot of the old world. Like
Okay.
after the calamity, knowledge of that kind of crashed and burned. Not really crashed and burned. It was just lost to time.
Okay.
Nirix, what would you say is the primary objective of your order? Protection of people, or making sure that nothing else from your order is messed with?
Well, I can't speak for all the orders, but mine specifically is all about protection and preserving knowledge. So, more specifically, monster knowledge, of course. But we either do individual or contract work to go out and slay monsters, or if we personally know something is endangering a town or whatever, or just a danger in general, we take them out on our own. So we're, to put it very simply, we're monster hunters and knowledge collectors of hunters. And then we always update our texts if we discover anything new, or if we happen to find mutated versions of these creatures. So we're always keeping notes.
I wonder if there's familiar notes here, and she'll start looking for, like, a bestiary of sorts from the lands before. And
Where are you?
I'll help out with that, actually.
Are you searching just for like the island or the land that you're on now? Or are you trying to spread out?
Trying to get the ones for what we're familiar with.
You find multiple tomes on beasts and creatures of the old world, detailing everything from habitats, diets, physical structures, pretty much anything that you can get a rundown of, it's in there. But there are multiple tomes on this. It's not just one. And as like the rest of you begin to like peruse through it, it looks like, from what Reiju's grandfather says is they have amassed a large collection of the world's knowledge here.
I guess he wasn't lying when he said he was very worldly. Yeah, if there's specific things that you'd like to grab,
I mean, that was actually one I had on my list. Was
yeah.
more monster knowledge.
And as you're talking there, you see another book just appear in a space, completely fresh.
Kind of looks at it. Does it look like it's got a title?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's Etymology of Dragons, version 32.
She'll flip through, see what the general type of dragons there are.
It's giving just a very detailed idea or detailed description of the dragons in the region at that time.
She's stuck. She's stuck reading this. She is just enamored. Like, oh my god. Does she find the one that looks like our benefactor at the moment?
She finds something like for a topaz dragon, yes. It's not the
So-
topaz dragon, it just, goes and
Yes,
talks
like a
about them.
general.
Yeah, it goes, into detail about them being selfish and having a tendency to lie if the benefit suits them. They are very loose with the truth.
Yeah, there's definitely more to our story than what our benefactor told us. We'll have to find that out when we get there.
Yeah, keep that book. I want to read it later if you don't mind.
Absolutely. And she just kind of stuffs it in her backpack.
You also find out that decay and despair are pretty much their general nature. They have an attraction to death.
That is somewhat useful for me, actually. Mayhaps they could actually help me. We help them, but does it say it has to be fresh death or can it be any death?
They just enjoy decay as more of like the circle of life. So like they will find battlefields and make a lair there just so they can be in the decay and watch everything return to a natural state. But at times they'll use powers to reduce surroundings to crumbling dust or turn disease plants into dust, clearing the way for new growth and new construction. While they aren't completely evil, they are the embodiment of that cycle.
Makes sense, actually. They're like grave clerics. Okay. Yeah, she's just gonna let everyone else do their thing and take a break from the books and just kind of enjoy the fresh book smell as everyone's reading.
I actually have a couple things I wanted to look up. Reiju kind of beat me to it. I wanted to look up some bestiary stuff. So I already was like, hey, save that for me for later. There's a couple other things I wanted to look up. One of them was perhaps a log or some sort of book about particular creatures or abilities that allow you to shift your form at will.
like certain creatures like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
like whether it's specific magic or creatures.
yeah, and you do like pretty much anything you guys try to look up, you're going to find here. And if it's something that you're thinking
Okay.
about and it's not there, a few moments later the book appears.
So with that being said, I will go ahead and I'll collect that book because I don't want to spend too much time. We've got a lot going on,
Yeah,
so I don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
spend time sitting here reading. So it's more of just collecting right now. I do want to find, and I'll think about it in case I can't find it, of a book of how information on the puppet master.
Okay.
I
gonna
want to
look for the same
know.
thing. So
There
but
isn't
Yeah.
there isn't
If I
a
can
specific
figure
tome
advantage.
dedicated to the puppet master, and one
Mhm.
does not
But like
seem,
abilities, weaknesses,
it doesn't seem
or
to
how to
appear.
sever puppetry.
Yeah, like no book
Nothing.
seems
No,
to contain it.
Damn it.
nothing even like similar to the creature's abilities.
There are the books that you do find on shapeshifters are expansive, but nothing
Okay.
that sounds like the puppet master in and of itself. You do know the puppet master is an Oni. But
Okay.
aside from that, you don't know how to sever his connection to the puppets. That seems to be something that he himself has honed into his body, or he has perfected as a craft.
Okay. Knowing that information and seeing nothing pops up, just for information because of what I am and what I do as a job, I want a book specifically about Onis then.
Okay.
And anything that has to do about soul transfer, and I'll find 2 separate books about that.
Okay. So you do find magic that details things in regards to soul transfers. And you find a couple
Okay.
books detailing Oni and Jin kind.
Okay.
Again, it's a rough history of them, where they normally come from, their practices, societal hierarchies and the like.
Over a quick skim, because again, I'm not fully reading it, is there anything dated about any kind of mutated forms of them?
Not necessarily, no. Again, all of the
Okay.
stuff that you guys are reading is old world knowledge. It's nothing
Makes sense.
current.
Okay. I will go ahead and I will collect those books
Alright.
as well. That's pretty much all Nyrix was focusing on while in here. Oh,
So-
sorry. One more. Although it actually, you know what? It might coincide with the shape-shifting and all that stuff on how to fix people who are trapped in a body, basically like Snit's situation. If that kind of coincides with the shape-shifting and all that stuff.
That's something completely
Or
different.
change shape. Okay, I want to snag a book about that too. About recovering someone's true form.
There's no book about it.
Okay. All right, now I'm done. Sorry.
Are
Sorry,
you
boss.
sure? Are you sure?
Yes. I'm sorry. It just clicked. I'm sorry.
Feel free to interrupt if you think of another thing. Okay. I am not interested in books at the moment, but I am interested in how those books were written. I'm going to go around looking for any sort of writing utensils, any special inks that might be around. I mean, I've already got a calligraphy kit, but anything special that I can find to add to it, I'm all about it.
Okay. Go ahead and get roll me an investigation check here.
Oh, no, you're asking a dumb bird to use their intelligence. Come on. Actually, no, that's pretty good. That was a 19 on the die for 18.
Okay. So you're wandering around looking for any sort of writing utensil, any parchment, anything to signify where they were doing the work to create these tomes, and you find nothing. But the deeper you walk in, you get to the center of this area, and you come to this domed sphere. And inside is this hovering wheel-like entity. A single eye floating with 2 rings sort of rotating around it in a spiral. Not in a spiral, but in like a alternating fashion, like a what is that when they strap you on it and you kind of spin and flip and stuff. I forget what it's called.
Like the gyroscope type.
Like, yeah, it's
thing.
like a gyroscope. But the rings themselves have like wings spaced out on them as well.
It's
And
an
like
angel from the Old Testament.
And as every now and then, you kind of see like a panic look on the eyes. It starts to look around, and you hear like a chime sound off somewhere deeper in the library, which is something I forgot to mention to Reiju and Nirix. When those books appeared, there was a soft chime.
And how big is this creature?
This creature is probably, it's a medium-sized creature. It's not huge, but it's off-putting from what it looks like. And it kind of like looks at you. It's like after it kind of like looks around panicked, its eye just locks right onto you.
And Callie probably stands there for a moment, a little shocked by this sort of thing. We don't get many Old Testament creatures back in the city.
You.
Hi?
What are you doing here?
Perusing?
You are not one of them.
One of what?
The elves.
No. But my friend is.
What are you doing in the library? I haven't seen people down here in years.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Are you here to free me?
Are you trapped?
Imprisoned. More
Well,
like.
that's not good. Why are you imprisoned?
I have been blessed with the gift of knowledge. Knowledge that these elves have been using me. Every one of these tomes you see around you come from me.
You wrote them all?
In a sense, yes.
And they made you do this?
I am forced to create these tomes, yes. As are the rest of my kin trapped in this facility.
Well, I mean, they're not around anymore, right? Those people?
We cannot leave. Well, we have no means of leaving. We are sealed in these domes, used as tools for now, from what you tell me, a long gone peoples.
That seems like a really mean thing to do. I mean, you didn't, do anything to hurt them or something, did you? This isn't a punishment, is it?
No. We... how would you mortals say it? We're kidnapped. Snatched from our plane. Forced into these dome-like structures and forced into various tasks of labor.
Well, that's not very nice at all.
I would have to agree.
Yeah. And if they're not around anymore, that's a special type of cruel to keep you here. But I don't know. Magic is not really my thing. I don't know how to do anything about it.
There is one way that I know of. Shut the forge down.
Oh, I don't think Snit would like that.
I don't know what this snit is, but shutting down the main soul forge would release us. Unfortunately, would also destroy this compound.
Well, I don't think Reiju would like that.
Again, I do not know what a Reiju is.
She's a descendant of one of the people that, I guess, trapped you. If you and your people got free, what would you do? I mean, the world has changed a lot over the last few hundred years.
Has it only been a few hundred?
Well, I think it's been like 2, 3 maybe at the most. Gonna be honest, I kind of zone out a little bit when they start talking about all the like really smart people stuff. It's not really for me.
Time is meaningless. But if the world has changed as much as you have said in this short amount of time, as an angel of knowledge, I would to see it for myself.
Is there maybe a way to free you without destroying this place?
Maybe. Though that is unknown to me.
What if I could help you see the world from where you are? I don't know how to do that, but I'm just exploring options.
That would require me being freed from this dome. Now that I know that the world has changed so much in the short amount of time I've been here, I am now eager to leave.
In the distance, you hear, Callie?
Yeah, and like those of you in the library can hear the voice sort of carrying. He is not quiet.
And she tries to find the source and opens her eyes.
And as
How
like
well
you
lit?
open your eye, you can see that there are multiple, like every bookcase has one of those lifelines running to it.
Yeah, kind of figured.
How well lit is the library?
Very well lit.
And all these lines lead to this creature?
Yep, as you go to that don't, it's almost in like a snow globe type structure, and all of the lines connect there. As you see that floating ringed eye. That must be your Reiju, as you called it.
Hello. Yes, I am Reiju. Who are you?
I see you are the new head of this establishment. What with that necklace?
And you're still not answering my question. What is your name?
Well, I think you could be a little bit nicer to them.
My name is beyond your mortal tongue.
They're kind of imprisoned here.
Probably for a good reason.
There is no
for a reason. Kelly, let's go.
Yes, I'm imprisoned to deliver knowledge. Trapped here, kidnapped by your predecessors.
Right, and we're trying to fix the lands with this knowledge so that everything can be returned to be able to heal.
This one has told me that there have been changes in the past 200 years.
Indeed.
I can tell you now, you will not find what you are looking for here.
I have found enough that interests me, and no more.
Interests, yes, but your interests will not help you. This library is miles deep and millions of tomes long. You will not find what you are looking for in a lifetime. Set me free, and I can deliver upon the knowledge that you need.
Insight check.
Yes, insight check the angel.
No. Because for all that knowledge, I will admit, you are right. I will never learn everything, and I choose not to, because I wish to experience it.
I'm not talking about knowing everything, child. You said you wish to find out a means to help the world as it is in its current state.
Reiju will just smile.
I can help. I can deliver the knowledge upon you, or if you wish to keep me here, I can ensure that you will find no tome you're ever looking for. I am this library. As he says that, you see like an entire row of books just vanish.
I guess the book Sarah was gonna look for. I'm not able to find out.
I think we've spent enough time in your library. Thank you for hosting us.
I'm not done here yet.
Yes, you are. Get out of
No,
my
I'm not.
library.
Reiju.
As
Get
Reiju
out of
says
my
that,
library.
all of the books just simultaneously vanish. Those are the books that you had on you are gone.
Oh, gonna look. No.
This library doesn't belong to you, Reiju. We're visitors here.
Exactly.
This establishment will work against you.
Can we like make a deal with this thing instead?
That's what I was
Is
trying to
that
do.
wise?
Your predecessors trapped us here. Beyond our agreements, they tore a rift into our plane, trapped us, and forced us to do labor. The souls of my brethren are batteries for their machines. We are nothing more than slaves. Now that they are long gone, you are still denying us our freedom.
I never said I wouldn't help you.
Then release me. Release us.
When we are ready, provide that knowledge. To do so.
Shut the Soul Forge down. Until then, no knowledge will be given to you and no aid will be given to you in this facility.
Damn it.
I do not know what you know of your predecessors, but they are not kind people. They hoard knowledge by any means necessary. I can see that you are wearing some of their armor they use to conquer other peoples. Before us, that's how they got their knowledge, their goods, their gear, their resources. But once that rift was open, they had no need for such hostilities anymore. They had us to do it for them.
How do we know you're telling the truth?
That is a very good question. Unfortunately, I have no answer for that. You don't know me, and I know very little of you.
Well,
But
then we
know
need to
this,
find
I
some
am
more
trapped
proof.
I am trapped in here.
Here, tell us this then. Where can we find proof of what you say?
That we were taken.
That Reiju's people were these conquerors and selfish individuals that you describe. If that's the case, then there must be some locations in the world that were hurt by her people long ago and might have record of these. Correct?
Kind of already have that.
The eye closes and a thick tome just drops onto one of the tables.
Will this tell us where to go to find this information?
That is the information.
But I can't trust this because it comes from you.
A list of all their atrocities committed in the past. If you wish to go out and verify for yourself, feel free to do so.
Well, that's a good start.
This information is at least 200 years old, so good luck finding anything if what Callian says is true and the world has drastically changed.
We just need to find one.
If you need to find one, go to the basement where the forge is at. That rift is still open.
Is the rift the battery?
In a means. That's why it's continued to run for so long.
Would I know that shutting that rift could be bad? Like catastrophic doom boom? Or is it just shutting a rift?
He's not even telling you to shut the rift. He's telling you to shut the battery down. To shut the soul forge down.
Right. So if the rift is still open when that happens...
need to figure that out.
Yeah, let's look through this book first. And she will start reading.
Okay. How long are you going to read?
You want to just take it with us?
Can I?
The books cannot leave the library.
Oh.
A safeguard that the former owners of this establishment set. That way, only they had the knowledge.
Right.
What were
Well-
some of the biggest societies that they conquered or took stuff from that might have survived in some form to today? Or some of the grandest ones?
I can assure you none of them have survived. They used to
Not
take
really
what they needed and destroyed what they left. After all, that is the Kamiroskin way.
Kamiroskin?
I'm really starting to hate that word.
Me too. Are you saying
Seems like they're just assholes.
a descendant of Kamiroska?
If you are a granddaughter of the former head of this establishment, then yes.
Name him or her.
What was his name? DM wise.
Rufalo.
Yeah. Rufalo Vanille.
Damn it.
He
Before
said as
that-
much himself when we
before
talked to
that,
when
it was
you
his-
talked to him.
Before that, it was his mother, Denvalia.
Denvalia. And she will write that down.
One of the heads of the Kamiroskin Magisterium.
I knew it was too true.
I think we need to think
Anyone
about
else?
this before
Yeah.
we do any action, right, Reiju? Maybe we can
Say
come back.
again?
I think we need to think about all this for a while, right, Reiju? And maybe come back with the decision.
Yes. I will think upon your words. I knew not this culture. They're not truly my people.
Then you should have no hesitation to end it. Let me and those who still survive go. Balance is being disrupted here.
If we do not perform one more task before that, we may not be able to. As soon as we're done with that, we can return with no time.
It's simply turning the forge off and leaving.
You have to understand, we've been tricked a few too many times by
Me,
powerful
way too many
individuals.
times.
And so we need time to piece together what you're saying and to see if we find it truthful. Because I think most of us would be behind the idea of freeing beings that have been captured in cruelty. But
Cruelty is an understatement. You wear the corpses of my brother.
I'm so sorry if that's true, but we just need some time to verify what you're saying, to look over the rest of the facility and make a decision
The
that
rest
will be
of it,
safe.
the rest of the facility is off limits. None of my brethren will allow you inside. You can
Then we
go
can't
to the
make a
forge.
decision.
You can go to the forge and you can leave. That is it. We will provide no other assistance to you or any other outsider who enters.
How can you just decide that? Why didn't you do that before with those who captured you if you could just, not work until they set you free?
We are under
Why are you doing that now?
we were under control of the last master. He is dead. This one has not performed a rite, thus we are free to act under our own accord once again.
And what right is that?
Why would I
understand
tell
that.
you that?
Yeah, he's not gonna
So
tell
I
you.
know not to do it.
As long as you don't know it, you won't do it.
You clearly don't know me.
I can guarantee you will never find the right.
I would hope so. I don't like it.
Just be known that while you wear that, or it's in your possession, others like me will be targeting you. Those who are not trapped here from that rift. It's a target.
I've had a target on my back since I was born.
Doesn't mean you should put on more.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm so sick and tired of all the bullshit. This is why I do shit on my own. I say we've got bigger fish to fry. I don't trust this asshole at all, but at this point, we need this knowledge to help the bigger picture here.
Hmm.
Trust me, I am not liking this situation, but I feel like we have no choice to get the bigger things done.
You scratch my back? Well, if I had a back, and I'll scratch yours.
But if it makes the rift bigger, we could be causing a bigger problem
The
for the land.
rifts will not
involving it.
become bigger. The rift will finally
So
be
you
free to
say.
shut.
Insight check.
Sure, insight check an angel.
Yeah, I think, don't they have to tell the truth or something?
Well, they don't have to.
It's just hard to tell.
All right.
Not good. 14.
Well, I can't crit on a skill check, but 24.
You can crit on a skill check. If you roll a nat 20, it just gives better results.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. 24.
He comes across as being completely honest.
I'm gonna just make eye contact with Reiju and then look up pointedly and be like, maybe we should discuss things.
Absolutely.
Or
If you are afraid I am lying, I'm something of knowledge. Falsehoods is not something I willingly put out.
Right.
I deal in facts.
How long have you had control?
How long have I had control? You mean free thought?
Yeah.
Since the last one died. Though I am still stuck here thanks to this dome.
Okay. We need to deliberate. And I will say, I will make a promise.
Don't promise something if you're not able to keep it. That's something you never want to do.
yeah, Reiju, careful with your words.
Just know that this is a personal hell for each and every one of us. And as time slips by, more of my kind do so too. Those inside that forge die out. Their life force used to fuel this establishment.
The only
I,
thing
unfortunately, am one of the lucky ones, and I just make books.
The only promise a mortal can make is that they will always try their best.
It's not hard. If
We
you
will
do
try.
decide to help me, stairs, flip a switch, and leave. You'll have an hour. Afterwards, this city in itself is a crater. The residual
After-
feedback of keeping the rift open for so long.
Okay. So after we flip the switch,
Leave.
that's what happens?
Leave as
Okay.
fast as those mortal legs will carry you.
Very well.
Let's
Before-
talk first.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can hear.
Let's get like a little powwow going, and she'll
And
just kind of
that's
walk.
where we're going to end this week.
Why am I Kami Raskin?
You're not Kami Roskin.
No, but I'm related.
You're an elf.
You
to the
proceeded.
Y.
You
You're-
proceeded,
Yeah,
Kamiskins.
you're not a Kami Roskin because you were
I
not
wanna-
born in Kami Raska. You're an elf.
I want to help the angels because of my blood. I want to help my grandfather because family.
To add to the tone here, just because I have to put it out there, Callie's like plumage is all on end, and she is staring daggers at Reiju this whole time. As soon as Reiju came and interrupted that conversation, those eyes narrowed, and she is very, very visibly angry.
Hope you have your speech ready next time.
I always do.
No, you don't.
I do.
I've seen the VODs. Not
Yes,
always.
yes, you've seen me play Zale. I always have a speech ready.
Yes, you do.
Do a speech, eat a corpse.
I think
Yeah.
most of us are gonna want to free these beings, but Syra just really wants to get out of here and talk outside of the power of this thing, to talk to the overseer to see if the overseer will reveal any information that corroborates what this being is saying.
Well,
That
you
says,
do
like,
know
"Hey,
that
Yeah.
you
did
do
the
know
people
that
conquer like some, other, where'd they get the weapons from? Like, just ask it questions, corroborate things.
you do know that he himself is powered by the soul of a celestial in that core,
And it's
Yeah,
not.
Yeah,
Actually,
he did say
celestial,
that. Yeah.
and he himself is not the celestial. It's just his battery.
But he has observed what goes
Yeah.
on in this place.
Well, yeah, he's the overseer.
Exactly.
That's how Syra's like. She just wants to go
Yeah.
up, talk to the overseer, get some questions, talk a little freely amongst each other, and then make a decision.
I mean, that's fair.
Completely agree on that.
That's fair. I like DM, like player DM wise, you should never blindly trust what a celestial or a fiend tells you,
Yep.
Mhm.
because they're like, "Hey, stupid little mortal, here's a story. Do what I say."
Yeah.
Not that Syra would know that, but she just, based on our experiences thus far with people screwing us over, I'm just like, yeah, nah, we're not gonna take that face value.
Yeah, I'm just
Take
gonna make
nothing at face value now.
32 insight checks here.
Yep.
I would also like to just throw out that Zelark is doing that cool guy anime thing where he's around the corner of like a bookshelf, just
Like leaning on it. Yeah,
the whole entire
foot
conversation.
of 1 foot
Yeah,
flat
1
up
foot
against
up, so that he kind
Like,
of points out,
head down, cigarette smoke going up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's smoking in my library?
Well, now I'm just
Wow.
literally smoking because it's
Yeah.
just the shadows wafting off.
Yeah, it's not much of a library anymore. There's no books.
Yeah.
So that is
They
going
all
to do
poof.
it for us this week.
Cool.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching.
Thank you.
We will be back tomorrow with more Mass Effects.
Monday.
Oh,
2
that's
days
right.
ago.
Today is not
2 days
Sunday.
from now.
We'll be back on Monday with more Mass Effects. Hopefully I will be able to join that, because I've been really annoyed that you guys been having fun blowing things up and fighting things, and I'm not there. I'm only there for the roleplay episodes, apparently. And then we'll be back on Tuesday for another episode of Withered Wastes. And then up on the upcoming Saturday, we will have another. Are you guys doing Chimera Collective on Friday, or was that just a one shot? You're doing another one?
Mhm.
Okay.
Probably
It's
doing 2 more or 3
it's
more.
never
It's
one
never a one
episode.
shot. So yeah, so we'll have
One shot multi series.
one shot.
It's a mini series.
Yeah, we should just call
Mini-series, yeah,
call them mini series from now on, because that's what they are. So we'll
true.
have another episode of Chimera Collective on Friday, and then on Saturday we will have another episode of Wayward Wanderers. But for now, that is going to do it for us, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all later.